You are a toy!
We ready to roll?
Broadcasting live from the internet, it's Tuesday night, and this is the Panels on Pages podcast.
Big boys playing with big toys.
This is quality content.
The boomers are into it.
Hey man, I just show up.
With your hosts, Lee Rodriguez.
I am a visionary. Like, oh, you have a podcast? I'm like, no, that's not me. That's somebody else.
Jason Nyes.
Yeah, sure. I'm not getting any vegetables in my diet. I'm just a thick boy.
Jose Guzman.
Is Jose on the show tonight?
He says he's coming.
It's like Elton John all over again, just minus the death threats.
Kelly Harris.
Reach your hand in your pants there, big boy. That's not me. I don't sound like that anymore.
And our good buddy Mahoney.
And Mahoney's here. What's up, Mahoney?
We can do just glorious, wonderful things on our phones, people.
No one's ever done anything like this before.
It's gonna be massive.
It's going to be great. I mean, obviously, I think it'll be great.
And it's all killer, no filler.
My seat's on fire! Your take's so hot!
Come on. It's so good.
It's pretty good. It's there. It's reliable. You know what you're getting every single time.
Man, I'm so glad you found us.
You're all terrible people, and I'm glad you're my friend.
Put that in the intro.
That's really funny.
Over 500 episodes, and you'd think they'd have the hang of it by now.
It seems like the concept that would run its course very quickly. What's happening, everybody? Today is Tuesday, April 19th, 2022, and this is episode number 593 of the Panels on Pages podcast. I'm your host, the Lord Reverend Lee Rodriguez. Joining me tonight, we have Mr. Jason Nye.
Huge if true.
Kelly Harris.
I am mostly jelly beans now.
Ooh, yeah, real as it gets. And our good buddy Mahoney. What's up, Mahoney?
Lee, let me tell you. Blade 2, not as bad as I remember.
Blade 2
Blade
was
2's
solid.
A good one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I remember thinking it was awful, but it's,
No,
I don't
Blade
know
2's
why.
fun.
Maybe it was better because you watched it in the shower.
Everything is better when you watch it in the shower.
See?
So, Kelly, have you
Try and watch it out of the shower.
I don't want to do that.
Kelly, have you had Sour Patch Kids jelly beans?
I have
fucking
not.
rule.
They're I see them every now and then, and I keep meaning to grab some, and I haven't. Are they any good?
We had those. They're fucking great. And then we just found some Fruit Loops jelly beans, which
Ooh.
just taste like Fruit Loops. They're fantastic.
The ones we
My new
got.
find of the year is the Dunkin' Donuts jelly beans.
Whoa.
Fucking
They're all
weird.
different coffee flavors.
Oh, fuck yes.
Oh,
Yeah. They're incredible.
Never
I'm out.
mind.
God
I
damn
thought
it.
they were donuts. How you gonna get Dunkin' Donuts jelly beans and
Well,
they're not donut flavors?
remember,
Sorry,
they're
there's
just-
Dunkin' now.
Yeah, it's
I
just
forgot.
Dunkin' now.
Ugh.
I expanded
Offended.
the name to their past selves.
You dead named Dunkin'.
I dead named Dunkin'. I'm sorry. I apologize, Dunkin'.
What a ridiculous thing to say.
I'm so sorry.
Oh my god.
The jelly beans we got this year were Nerds jelly beans.
Those
So-
are good.
So they had like a thick nerd crust around them. They were kind of craggly. They were
yeah,
real
those
fucking
okay.
good. Real
Like
good.
a nerd's
Okay.
rope? Have you had
yeah,
a nerd's rope?
Yeah, basically like, but
Okay.
like
Mahoney, I'm eating one right now.
not as chunky
really?
as a nerd's
yeah, I got a
rope.
nerd's rope right here.
Love it.
Yeah, fantastic stuff.
Hell yeah. That sounds fantastic.
You know, I'm almost 41 years old, and my mom still makes Easter baskets for me and my wife.
Hell yeah.
Well, that's nice.
It is very nice. I just don't have the heart to tell her to stop putting those egg gumballs in there that the flavor lasts for 2 seconds. Like, give me more of the Robin's Egg malted milk balls. Ditch the fucking gumballs.
Yeah.
Because that's just going to be disappointing and ruin my teeth. But, you know, she's in her 60s. I'm in my 40s. We could just throw them out.
Yeah.
That's a really
Moms
big part
are
of
weird
growing
that
up
way.
is realizing
Yeah.
there's parts of your candy, like if you don't eat it and you don't want it, you can just throw it
Right.
away.
Yeah. It took me until my 40s to realize that I don't have to eat everything.
Yeah.
Like, just in life.
It's not
Yeah,
all a challenge.
I'm so fucking over Easter baskets. Like every year when Easter comes and the night before, I'm like, fuck. Like I don't know why, but it's the opposite of like Christmas. Wrapping presents, Christmas presents is fun, even though I suck at it. And like it's gonna be, make a day out of it and all that. Just making an Easter basket is just a pain in the ass. It's just I don't like it. I don't know what it is, but
I was waiting for you to grapes yourself with this one.
Nah, just making an Easter basket is a pain in the ass. I don't know why.
Nobody likes the candy that's in an Easter basket. It's always bad.
I mean,
no, we
you
get
kind of
candy.
grapes yourself by talking about how fun it is to wrap presents. So you've lost me on that one.
Oh no, I'm horrible at it, and I hate doing it. But it's that's part of the thing. It's part of the ritual, and I don't know. On some primal level, I guess it's okay, but fuck, do I hate it. I made the horrible mistake one year of buying like some gift boxes that are like had like stuff on them, like printed gift boxes.
Yeah,
I'm like, oh, this is good. I need to wrap this. It's already got the thing. And Nicole looked at me like I had just punched her mother in the fucking mouth.
Yeah,
Like,
you've
no.
brought that up before.
You
and
wrap that box.
I do
You
not
wrap
agree
that
with
fucking
her.
box.
Yeah, no, you're supposed to wrap those.
I don't know.
Why would they have print stuff on them?
Right. Put a nice
Pretty sure you don't
bow
have to
on
wrap
it.
them.
A nice
Yeah.
yeah.
Oh, and a tag and move on with your life.
That's the
That-
type
that
of
was-
thing you give to somebody at the office. You're like, here you go. I don't give
Yeah.
a shit about you.
It's filled with cookies.
Yeah.
It's a good move. So we're all in different parts of the country. So when we send each other shit, it's just basically in a fucking brown cardboard box from Amazon. But the move I did for Jen's birthday this year, or me and Mary did. So we sent the presents to Tito, but then also sent him a fucking gift bag and tissue paper.
Ooh, that's smart.
That's a good move.
Smart.
Yeah, it's a good move.
Because like the Amazon gift bags, that's too expensive for what that is.
Oh, for sure. Absolutely. They I don't know what they're thinking that their gift wrap is worth that. They just toss that shit in a bag.
Mm-hmm. I will reuse those for Christmas though. If we get the Amazon gift wrap from like Mary's mom, I put that shit away for next year. You never know. You never fucking know. But you guys don't get gift bags and tissue paper. You guys don't even get shit on your birthday sometimes. Lee, I sent him a pre-order for some accessories for her mezcal, which isn't supposed to get here until later this year.
And you know what? I appreciate it.
Hey,
it's
it is.
gonna be real fucking cool.
Oh, and it is your birthday this weekend, isn't it?
Yeah, my birthday is Saturday.
Nice.
Yeah, so Friday, I'm gonna go to Dick Doc, get an update on that, get some imaging done,
Cool.
and then
I
we're gonna
thought
go.
Dick Doc was a restaurant for a sec.
Dick Doc is what I call your mom.
What a coincidence that he would go to a restaurant called Dick Doc.
in the midst of all this.
Dick Doc is the porn version of TikTok, and it's great.
I think it turned into a restaurant in my head because there used to be around us like a hot dog place called Dr. Dogs, and that's what my head heard Dick Doc as.
Well, no, see, I'm with you because in my head I thought he was gonna say all you can eat sushi, and then he said Dick Doc, and I thought for a split second I thought it was the name of the restaurant too.
No, we're not doing all you can eat sushi this year because the past couple of years I've been the only one that enjoyed it. It's like because if you don't get the sushi, then you get whatever the hell they have. Normally it's okay. The past couple of years have been a little rough, and Nicole in particular has not enjoyed her meal experience. So it's like, we'll do something else. We'll go to a different spot. But
I don't know. Sounds like a Nicole problem, not a you problem.
there is that.
There is something
Someone's
about wives and sushi
birthday.
restaurants that it's just like, you can't find a single thing to eat here? Not a single thing. Like,
Have a piece of fish on a chunk of
Pull it
rice. There
together.
you go. Sushi
After
as God
the-
intended.
After the Dick Doc, we're going to see Bert Kreischer do stand up at the Ryman Auditorium, which that'll be
Nice.
fun. It'll be a
Oh,
good
is he
time.
recording his special Dick Doc?
He
Oh,
would.
we saw. I forgot to mention it last week when we were doing catch up, but we saw John Mulaney a couple of weeks ago, and he's calling this tour the "I saw him just after he got out of rehab" tour.
Oh my god.
Oh,
It was actually very good. It was a very good show. He was great.
Are you gonna get a Mark pick with Bert Kreischer?
Probably not. No.
I think you should.
If you do, you should
holding
take your
a
shirt off.
fist up at him.
Make
You
him
should-
hold
if
your
we
pee bag.
Yeah, show him your pee bag. He'd love it.
no, if we he definitely would love it. he would love that for sure. Hey, so if our paths cross, who knows? Maybe. Who's to say? Then Saturday, I don't know what Nicole has planned, but well, I'm sure it's something. I'm like, I don't really need anything. She's like, okay, and I'm like, okay.
Birthday month.
Birthday month, please. Yeah. Otherwise, there's not a whole hell of a lot going on. I just looked over and saw this goddamn laptop box on the floor. So they pushed a bunch of Windows updates at work a couple weeks ago, and it fucked up some drivers that I needed to connect to some data sources for work and all this shit. And I spent days trying to figure it out, and then they're like, okay, well, look, we can't fix it, so mail us your laptop. And I'm like, fuck, all right. So I mailed them my laptop, and like I'd already taken the Thursday and Friday off of work that week, and they took several days to fix it, so I got like a week off of work, which was kind of cool.
Right,
Nice.
right.
But then it comes back, and it's still doing the same shit. And I'm like, wait a minute, what the hell did you do? And I opened up the ticket on our kind of IT center, and it was like, yeah, the guy was like, well, when I got here, opened it up, and there was a screw loose on the hard drive. So I screwed that back on, and I booted it up, and everything looked fine. I'm like,
What?
no. And bear in mind, I typed out like a note, like a letter, and put it in the box saying, this is what I need you to check out, because this, like, it looks like it's okay, but I promise it's not. You got to do this. And they just fucking didn't. So they came back, and then he's like, got to mail in your laptop. And I said, fuck you. I'm not mailing my laptop back. Now I'm behind a deadline because I can't do shit. We're not doing that. And rattled enough trees. And so like, okay, here, all right. How about we send you a new laptop, and then you send us the one you have back? I'm like, yes, that we can do. That is an amicable situation. So I went back and forth with the guy for a little while, and he sent it out, got it here, and that motherfucker still won't connect because it's still not ready. So I got
Was
like,
this a work laptop or like
Yeah.
your laptop?
no work laptops.
Okay.
So I got two laptops that won't do what I need them to do. The guy who was, really helpful in the early stages, he's on vacation this week, so I got to wait for him to come back. So I'm still limping along with the busted one. So it's like, fucking hell.
I know it's not what you want to hear, but I have found in my near 20-year work experience that anything having to do with drivers, you have to figure out on your own.
Yeah, which typically I have no problem doing, but
Yeah.
they're very tight with the security on the computers, like what they will and won't let you do, which drives me fucking nuts. It's like, I'm not an idiot. Let me fix it myself. But they don't like that.
Especially when it's like they are not capable of fixing it.
Yeah, and
You
it
know?
doesn't help that, like, it's not like it's a printer driver. It's some real specialized shit connected
Yeah.
to stuff that, like, they don't work with on a regular basis. So, it's not their fault they can't help me,
Yeah.
There's
Oh,
probably
for
one
sure.
fucking dude that
But like
knows
all
what
the
hell's going
Oracle
on.
drivers and everything that I've ever had, I've had to like
Yep.
figure out which version of Oracle I need, which driver I need, get it installed. Like sometimes I'll have to get the help desk involved, but it'll be like, I need you to go here and you download this.
Yes.
And I need you to,
yeah.
and they're like, I'm gonna do this other thing, and it's like, nope, no, you're not. You're gonna do exactly what I tell you.
Yeah, I got to the point now where I'll have like the folder open, so when they remote in, I'm like, just click this. I should
Yeah.
just click this and let me get on with my life.
Exactly. Exactly.
Fucking ridiculous. Fuck, what else? There's not much else. I've been watching Tiger and Bunny on Netflix. It's kind of fun. I think you should check that out, Kelly. You'd like it. Pretty good.
That's like an older series they brought back, isn't it?
Yeah, it's an older series. They just did a second season of, and it's kind of cool. It's a superhero show, but kind of like a more traditional superhero stuff, which you don't necessarily always get in anime.
Yeah.
But in this world, superheroes are like corporate sponsored, and so like all their exploits or whatever, they're like broadcast live, and the heroes are competing for points like a reality show and shit. Like the end of the season, they crown a winner or whatever. But like the crimes are all real. They're just like live streaming the shit as it's happening. It's kind of nuts. So the heroes all have like product placement on their costumes and shit like that, like NASCAR drivers. Like it's pretty cool. and like the older guy gets paired up with a new younger kid who has the same powers as him, and like has to become a sidekick in his older age, but he's like 35. They're telling him how over the hill he is and shit. It's pretty fun. It looks really cool. All the superhero shit's in CG on top.
Okay.
On top of the 2D background, it looks really nice. It's cool.
Nice.
Would recommend.
I need to watch the second season of Ultraman. The anime
Yeah, that's
that
a
just
good
dropped.
shit too. That came out. There's a whole bunch of Ultramans on that cover image.
Yeah, there are.
Whole bunch of them. And the only other thing I have down in my notes, it's really fucking stupid, but it just struck me as so odd. We were in the car, and the car has the Sirius XM radio, and Nicole listens to it for some reason, even though in the age of now, like, you can pick your own music at all times and not be at the whim of some fucking idiot in the studio, but whatever. And she's on the road trip radio station, just plays the most, lowest common denominator bullshit. And then, like, some fucking lady comes on. She's like, hey, we're such and such, and we're going here, and we want to hear some fucking Journey. Woohoo! And the guy's like, then the little voiceover is like, do you have a request for road trip radio? Just record a voice memo, open email, and email it to this whatever the fuck. And I'm like, that's a lot of steps when you can just open up Spotify or Pandora and listen to any song you want in the world.
Imagine calling someone to ask them to play you a song. You can yell to your kitchen counter and ask a robot to play you whatever song you want.
Yeah, but then
But
you're
you
on
have
the
to
radio.
record a voice memo, then email that voice memo to Sirius, and then listen. Like, what the fuck?
There's a generation out
even
there
true.
that still gives a shit about being on the radio.
Wild.
It was the damnedest thing. It struck me as so fucking bizarre.
Like, do you know you can record a podcast?
Yeah, you can be on the radio.
Like, I, until a week ago, never thought I would ever hear somebody request a song on the radio again in my entire fucking life. It caught me off guard so much.
The other day I don't remember why we had the radio on. Maybe we were at an office building or something. The radio was on and somebody was requesting something, and I told Lisa that at this stage in life, I think that those are just the interns. Like, I don't think any of those people are real.
What? Yeah, maybe none of the people are actually real, and it's just a bunch of AIs talking to each other.
Yeah, I was like, if you think that they are paying someone to sit at this computer and play songs for 4 hours, absolutely not. This person comes in, records their 20 minutes of intros and outros, listens to some random phone call from someone that he works with, and is like, all right, you got it, Journey coming up next. And then is gone. Like, they're not going to pay somebody to sit there and do nothing for 4 hours.
And, like, why
All right,
would
time
they?
to spin some discs.
Yeah, like, it's basically just like when I would do Last Week in Pop, and it'd be me talking and then a bunch of clips, and you just cut it together. Like,
So dumb. It was very alarming to hear in 2022.
You think they'd
didn't
let
really
us
know how
be
to
on the
process
radio?
it.
I've
Yeah.
been on the radio.
That's true.
I bet they
I
let
loved
us
your
on
radio
Sirius.
show.
I'm an award-winning broadcaster.
You're goddamn right, Kelly. We get that Sirius deal nice. We get that done, I bet. Fucking love
You
us
think?
over there. Yeah.
Serious, hit us up.
Kelly, Mahoney, Howard Stern, we're all the same.
We got like
Yep.
8 listeners.
Baba booey, baba booey. Lee, get on the Sivian.
Lee, why won't you get on the Sivian?
That's my secret hull cap. I'm always on the Sibian.
Man, that era of Howard Stern, the E TV show, was fucking
Oh
wild.
my god.
Like,
It really was.
We talk about today, these kids growing up with just internet porn at their fingertips, whatever they want, whenever they want it. But, like, back then, like, we got into some shit with that Howard Stern show.
And the crazy thing about the Howard Stern E show was that, like, it was kind of at the height of Howard Stern's powers. He
Right.
was, like, super popular, on TV, a massive audience. But they were still doing that show in, like, a fucking closet.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like the studio was so small, and he was, like, the biggest thing in radio. And they still had him in. The studio's probably smaller than my office. It's fucking crazy. But it's like, hey, this is the radio. Take off your top. And like, okay.
Even stranger that it was radio, like, because it's absolutely how it would go. Like, they'd show up, he'd be like, cool, get naked, and then be like, no one can see it, but take your top off. Like, okay, whatever you say.
Oh, they're doing
On the radio.
They're doing a documentary about the Girls Gone Wild guy.
Really?
Oh,
Yeah.
that's
bet
gonna
that's
be gross.
But that's a lighthearted watch.
Right.
Yeah.
They should have interviewed me, because, like, Girls Gone Wild got a few of my dollars to the point where I had to tell them to stop.
Got a couple of those Jason Nyes ducats.
It was every month. It was $30 out of my account, and there were just these,
That is so much.
the first
For a VHS cassette.
No, they were DVDs. They were DVDs.
Oh, okay.
The first DVD was that double DVD. It was the one that they advertise on TV. It's got the really nice cover with all the girls on it and all that. But then you get into your next month's video, and it's just plain yellow package. Girls Gone Wild 57.
Oh,
no. It was some
It's like-
really dark shit. Like, sure, I nutted a bunch, but also there was some dark stuff going on in those videos.
I remember it ended up in like a truck stop or something on some trip or whatever, and they had like a little cardboard standee with like some porn in it, but it wasn't like you said, it wasn't like real shit, whatever. It was just like plain packaging, and it just said black or Asian, big dicks. I was like, oh god. It was like, I think I'm gonna pass.
And the videos would go from, okay, flashing titties, flashing titties, flashing titties. Oh, she spread her lips a little bit. Oh, cool. Oh, boobs, titties, titties. And then we go back to the dark motel room where they've lured a woman back there. There's 5 cameramen and 3 other dudes just standing around jerking off, just waiting. And she's like, mommy.
Oh no. I just want to be on the commercial.
Yeah.
Yeah, no. It's not. Yeah, I'm sure that's gonna be a real lighthearted doc. I can't wait. Like, Jesus Christ. Oof.
This past weekend, drove past this like adult video store that's on the border of Wisconsin and Illinois. And I realized I've seen that thing there for
I
like
think I know the one. Yep.
yeah, for like 20 plus years, however long
Yeah.
I've known about that being there. Like, and I was like, how does it still exist? But then I was thinking about it, and it's like, I bet most of their business is like truckers who
Oh,
just
for sure.
Probably.
Yeah.
get like a per diem or whatever, use their money on porn, stay at the hotel that night, and then probably just throw it away.
Yeah. Good call. Because you're not sure you're going to have reliable internet.
Yeah.
You would have to have like a portable
If it's-
DVD player.
If it's the same store I'm thinking of, it's attached to a pretty kick-ass strip club. Or at least it was
Okay.
20 years ago.
Yeah, I don't know if it is, or I don't think it is. It's like just, it looks like it's just stands by itself.
Yeah. Well, that's a weird thing, is that if you've never driven on the interstate from Illinois into Wisconsin, then you don't know the extreme shock of at the whole general area. It's like cheese shop, porn store,
Yep.
cheese shop, cheese stop, porn, cheese and porn. It's
Yep.
very fucking weird. It's all right there at the border.
Yep.
Very bizarre.
Cheese Castle, Renaissance Fair, porn.
Brett Favre.
Hungry
Brett
right way.
Favre.
So aside from bumming everybody out with Girls Gone Wild, what's going on? Nice.
Well, I mean, I hope everyone was sure to leave a blunt and a 40 out for Snoop Dogg tonight.
That's right. Just don't drink the bong water tomorrow.
I will be
Oh, he didn't die. It's 420 tomorrow.
He might die tomorrow.
I will be celebrating privately. I do want to talk about I have to be very careful because I don't want to hook myself into any litigation. But I gotta at least tippy touch on this HOA bullshit that I'm dealing with.
Oh my god.
So
You got a tippy touch.
yes. Stop me.
Yeah.
So
Hey, no names. It could be anybody.
no names.
It could be any HOA.
No
you know?
specifics. No specifics.
Is Jose's girlfriend?
So
No names is up to her old shenanigans again.
as the president of the HOA, I am the point person when it comes to if anybody needs to get in touch, anybody has any issues, so on and so forth. So I am privy to the seedy underbelly of this homeowners association.
Before you get too far into this magnificent story, how much do you regret your decision to become the HOA president?
100%. If you recall, I wanted to turn it down, and they were like, "Well, you're the only one that wants to do it." So I said, "Oh, okay, thanks." So yeah, I can't go into any specifics, but I learned a lot in a very short time. And, this is shit you wouldn't normally know about your neighbors if you weren't part of the homeowners association or somebody's sending revenge emails.
Oh my god.
So anyhow, that's fun, because if nothing, I am a gossip at heart. So I do love to hear these juicy little details and tell my wife and then tell all you guys, and that's it. Not further than there. But the thing that really gets me is my fellow officers and directors are useless, and I hope they hear this and say something because you're all trash. So Gmail has this real cool thing that they've instituted recently where if you send like an important email and you don't hear back, it'll give you a little like snooze button like, hey, you sent this a few days ago. You wanna maybe ping these assholes again, see if they didn't get it the first time? So my last email to all my fellow officers was, can someone else do this? And if this is super necessary, can someone else do this? And that was 5 days ago. Not a single one of them have responded. The first millisecond I asked anyone to do anything else, they ghosted me.
Yep.
So I'm just waiting. I'm just waiting for my opportunity to just fucking slap my resignation down on their desk, give them my fucking badge and my gun, and say, I'm out of here. They're going to be like, you weren't supposed to have a badge and a gun.
Does the gig pay at all? Like,
No.
Is there any benefit to doing this? Yeah, I didn't think so. Like, nah, fuck all that. They don't deserve you.
They don't. They really don't.
Also, HOAs are a crime.
Yeah, like, at this point, I'm kind of like, maybe I could just dissolve the HOA. Can I do that as my last act as president?
Probably.
I wonder. I wonder if I could get people on my side. We'll see.
I mean, if no one else wants to run it, it'll kind of dissolve itself.
Love it. So when I'm not dealing with that bullshit, I
All you need is a 2/3 vote.
I have this great dog at home, and she's wonderful. And one of our favorite things to do is she makes big yawns. She's a English bulldog. She got a big ass head. She makes these big dramatic yawns, and we love to yawn with her as she yawns, like we're voiceovering her yawn, but it's more like we're screaming because she looks like she's screaming when she's yawning. So we've been trying to get it on camera, but like yawning is not something you could do on command. But at one point, we try to get her after her nap because she'll wake up. She's got to stretch a little bit. she might do a little bit of a yawn. So she comes into my office after a nap, and Mary follows her in and has her camera all queued up. And she gets just the tail end of this one. So I had a taste for it. I was chasing that dragon. So she's still in the room. Mary's over here. I got my phone out. So I start doing the fucking the contagious yawn thing. I start yawning at her to see if I can get her to yawn back. And it fucking worked, you guys. Watch this shit.
That's ridiculous.
So the goal is to just get a compilation of those.
Love it.
Voicing over her fucking awesome yawns. And then the last thing, she's such a baby. First it started where when it was time for bed, she wasn't getting up off the couch and coming to bed with us. So I started picking her up off the couch and setting her on the floor. The other night, she was...
What a life she leads.
She was
what a life.
Tits up on the couch, out of it. We're ready to go to bed. So I'm like, okay, how am I going to do this? So I just fucking pick her up like a literal baby and carry her into bed and set her in her bed. And this is what it looked like. Something. Really something. She's a joy.
Oh, my God.
Love her to death.
Too cute.
She looked photoshopped in there.
It's just that real hard line where the wrinkles happen.
Yeah.
Yeah, she's nothing if not a real hard line.
Just have her lay down on a green screen. You can have her go anywhere.
She is very photogenic, like, and
She is.
bulldogs in like advertising lately are all the rage.
Yeah.
She needs her big break. Break my foot off in her ass.
Ow.
Yeah. Fucking talking about breaking a foot off in someone's ass. Earlier today, Jax was doing this thing that he does because he's 7 now, almost 8. So he'll just just stand up and start kicking and flipping and shit like you do, which is I can't imagine ever having done, but I guess maybe I did because I was a child at some point too. And he's just throwing the shittiest, wackest punches and kicks into the air, and he goes, "Dad," I'm like, "Yeah." He goes, "I think you and me are evenly matched now." And I
He
said,
really wants to fight you.
he really does. I said, "No, son, we're not." He goes, "I think so." I said, "I can kill everyone in this house with my bare hands, and it wouldn't even be hard." And he's like, "Oh, just your hands." I said, "Yeah." Exactly that. He's like, "Yeah, but you got that tube, so now you're very weak." And I said, I will choke you with this goddamn tube. Tell me how weak it is.
Nice,
Nicole,
nice. Let's go have a talk over here real fast.
Oh.
Mahoney, occupy Lee.
Lee, let me tell you about some TikTok trends.
Oh, okay. What's that on TikTok trend?
So, all right, I think Lee might be looking at doing a Chris Benoit.
Oh my God.
Are we talking triple murder suicide?
I think he might be going to top it.
The pee bag has just been too much.
The P-Blag might replace the Bowflex.
I wonder if Jack senses it, and that's why he's trying to
Maybe.
defend his family.
Yeah, Jax is trying to fight Lee. Sorry, I came over here. Jax is trying to fight Lee to protect the rest of the family. Lee's over there watching TikToks. It's fine.
Okay, good.
Hey, just because I can do it doesn't mean I'm gonna do it.
Is he
Man,
talking
I-
about TikToks?
I've been able to do it the whole time.
He's talking about one of the new TikTok dances. He
Oh,
can
yeah,
do
so
it,
he-
but he's not gonna do it.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, so we just, I don't know. Maybe, nice, message Nicole, just tell her what we think might happen.
I think we just show Jax some moves.
All right. What if we
Train
just
him.
mail Jax a gun?
You know?
No. Oh my God.
No to the gun or no to mailing the gun?
I mean, we can drive it if you
No,
want
I
to drive
just
it.
had
Yeah.
a
You're
moment.
closest.
I just had a moment where I was like, don't put this into the world.
Lee,
He's been a little shitster lately, and it's been hilarious.
When you're done with your TikTok dance, when is Jax's birthday?
Next month.
Okay, all right, guys.
Birthday month.
Next month, we know what to get him.
Yep. All right, Lee, you
He's
can
been
come
such
back.
a little shitster. He's been such a little shitster lately. It's hilarious.
Lee, totally off topic. What size shotgun you think would give enough kickback for Jax?
Like specifically to, I don't know, maybe
Stop a grown man.
Yeah, like stop a grown man that would be like, hey, I can tear apart my entire family with my own bare hand.
Which
Might
gun?
be able to take me.
Which gun would make you the most mad if shot with, Lee?
Oof.
Again, totally unrelated to anything.
Yeah.
That's a very good question. I think it might be a small one. Like imagine how pissed off you'd be if you got shot with like a Derringer. That's barely a weapon. And it's like, oh, fuck, this stings.
Just underneath the skin.
Yeah. Ugh. I got shot with a BB gun once, and it did that. It's kind of lodged under the skin of my armpit. It was a real fucking nightmare.
In the armpit.
Yeah.
That
Yeah,
could have
What
been
kind
real
of
bad.
monster shoots you in the armpit?
Kid that got his ass beat about 2 minutes later. Some fucking kid that lives in the trailer next door to my grandparents.
So, like,
Because
were
of
you
course he was
like,
in a trailer.
were you high-fiving someone? Were you answering a question?
No, he
I
was
was
like, put your fucking hands up. And shot him in the armpit.
It's like,
It
what do
might
you
have
do
been
if you
something
hear
pretty close to
someone in
that.
music say, raise your hands in the air and wave them like you just don't care? And then Lee did it and he shot him.
He fucking red ridered my ass. Not good.
Lee, your childhood is something.
It really is. It really is.
You got a real Tennessee childhood.
Yeah. Yeah. And I'm like, pretty much okay. Think about that.
Sure, pretty much.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Pretty much all right. I take medicine. It's fine. It's okay. It's totally fine.
Lee, go look at TikToks again.
Okay.
You guys think
Oh,
Zoe might want a gun too?
Probably.
All right.
Big
I
Fortnite
want her to
fan.
have a gun.
Yeah. Should we just
Ooh,
get her like a?
Let's get her a sword.
Yeah. I think she'd like a sword.
Yeah.
If we order it on Amazon, do you think they'll ship a cow catcher to the Rodriguez's house?
Totally. Totally.
Yeah.
Some remote explosives. They'll be ready.
I didn't mention this when I talked about leaving out a blunt and 40 for Snoop, but before the show tonight, I literally got an email that was 420 doorbuster sales from my dispensary.
You know what? They know their market.
Yeah,
Very
but
important.
like,
Very good.
what a world we live in.
Doorbuster sales.
420 doorbuster sales. They're actually some pretty good deals.
But it all depends on where you live. Because some places they'll throw you in a fucking cage for that.
Yeah,
Some
Yeah.
places not. Really interesting.
it's coming.
What's up, Uncle Joe? Huh? Everyone
Do
Biden's all
something.
like, yeah, we're good. Yeah. It'd be cool if Joe Biden did anything he said he was gonna.
Yeah, do one thing, Joe Biden. Joe
what you will
Biden, do
about
something
Trump.
challenge.
TikTok challenge. Joe
name a
Biden do
woman.
something.
Say what you will about Donald Trump, but he did all the horrible shit he said he was gonna.
Well,
He knew how to
Or at
get it
least he
done.
tried.
that's for sure.
Or at least he tried. Yeah. Fucking nonsense. What's up, Kelly?
I did stuff.
Yeah, you did. Oh, that's right. You did do some stuff.
Yeah, I went to Chicago for a wrestling show. Went to see New Japan's Windy City Riot, which wasn't actually in Chicago because no one actually runs Chicago. You have to get it's super expensive.
it's
to
too
do
expensive.
that.
It's hard to get there. Parking.
Yeah, and you've got to use whatever union crews are around instead of your own guys. Which I assume for wrestling would not be great because you need a crew that knows how to set up a wrestling ring, and I don't know if just a
Right.
random union group would know how to do that.
Yeah, I'm sure that'd be real safe having some fucking Teamsters tighten a turnbuckle. What could go
Yeah.
wrong?
Yeah. Yeah, so went down to Chicago for that. Me and my buddy Justin. It was a really fun show. It was a show we kind of just randomly decided to go to. Like tickets went on sale, and we were just like, "Yeah, why not? Let's go." Like, there's nothing announced. but then like the card came together and it was really good. Initially, it seemed like the show might end up being a giant clusterfuck because the doors opened at 6. We got there at about 6:20, 6:30-ish after doing dinner with some people from the Voices of Wrestling Slack. And like the line, so I want you to picture, so the venue is called the Orpheum. It's basically, it's gonna, like, this is the last show that's going to be there before it just gets turned into a warehouse, essentially. So I just want you to picture that. And like it would be like occasionally you'd have wrestling shows there, but occasionally there would also be like giant like flea markets and shit. Like it's not a great building.
Okay.
It's just kind of like something you would expect to find at your county fair, essentially.
That's a
But,
very
like,
apt description of the Orpheum, yes.
Yeah. Okay, so you know what I'm talking about, Lee?
Yeah, you're exactly right. Yeah.
Okay. So you know how massive that parking lot is then, right?
Oh, yeah.
Okay, so the line to get in was wrapped all the way around the parking lot.
Fucking why?
No one knows.
Oh my god.
I cannot get no one that I know can find out a reason why this happened. But the line, like, we were out, we didn't make it in for the show on time. Like when the show started airing on Fight, like most of the audience was gone. Like the just empty seats everywhere. And so they were just stalling until people could get in. And I don't know what happened. No one knows. Like at one point, so we're finally getting kind of close-ish to the building. Like we're on like in the square of the parking lot, we're on our third side of it at this point.
Jesus.
And we noticed there's like some crew coming by, and like the ticket scanners are coming up the line to scan you in. So like it doesn't make any sense why we aren't just walking straight in. Like there were like security checks, but like that was the most lax security check I've ever had in my life. Like I don't know if they even touched me on the pat down.
Have you seen that video of the guy at like
Yeah,
security
the
check
old
of a
guy.
sporting game?
Yeah. He's just waving his
so.
hands by their bodies.
Yeah, that's what I got. But yeah, so I have no idea what the issue was. I have no clue what happened. And then like it was hard to find our seats because typically you'd have some sort of like signs up that denote what section it is. But there weren't any. But then I noticed they were just all in a random like corner. Like they had the signs. And I thought like, oh, they just ran out of time and didn't put them out. But later, I found out from a guy who was in the venue before like everyone else started to get let in. At one point, they did have those signs up, but then he saw some crew member come and grab them all and corral them. So I don't know what the hell happened. Oh yeah, that's the security pat down I got.
What the fuck?
You're like, yeah, you're good.
Yeah.
I wouldn't want to touch everybody either. I don't
No.
When we went to see Mulaney, they had those fucking Yonder bags out. But I don't know if you're familiar with.
You put your
So they
phones
do
in
it-
them?
Yeah, they're like these. Yeah, they make you lock up your phone in this fucking bag because, as a culture, enough of us are pieces of shit and can't not fuck around on our phones for like an hour and a half that they had to build an entire industry around it.
Well, no, I
But,
think
like-
for comedy shows, it's more they don't want people recording their sets that might not
Exactly.
be.
So enough of
Yeah.
us are pieces of shit that they're like, no, lock up your phone. But I don't do shit like that because it's stupid, and I just won't use my phone for an hour and a half. So, like, I always just slide a hand my phone and just don't put it in the fucking bag. And, it's fine. But on the way out, because it also creates this horrible fucking bottleneck on the way in and out of the venue.
Yeah.
Everyone's got to line up to get your it's horrible. And so on the way out, like, we're walking towards the door, and we're just kind of meandering about, and I grab my phone and I check something, whatever, and this girl behind me goes, "He has his phone. How did he do that?" And I just go, "I just didn't give it to him." She was like, "How did he do that?" Like, fucking made a better choice than you did. I don't know what to tell you.
Police! Police!
yeah,
on their bag.
once we found our seats and everything was in order, the show turned out pretty great. Apparently not so much if you were watching at home, because the feed on Fight was apparently a total shit show.
Yeah,
Oh,
I
that's
read
no
that
good.
it showed nothing but wrestling.
Yeah. Well, at one point, apparently one of the cameras popped up a little message saying, "Low battery, please switch out battery pack."
Oh, no.
Oh my god.
Oh my god.
But
That
and like
is-
I guess they had trouble with the feed. Like there were times when just the commentary wasn't coming through. It's like I don't know if it was a problem with the building. I wouldn't be surprised, because I had literally no service on my phone from my seat. Like my phone just flat out said no service, and I was like, this reminds me of being at home.
Yeah, at least
Yeah,
you're
so it
used to no
sucks.
internet.
That
Yeah.
sucks.
Yeah, so I don't know if it was a building issue or whatever, but I was kind of like, well, I see why this is the last show this venue's going to have before it turns into a warehouse.
They should have let you
Oh.
all like sledgehammer it while you were leaving,
Yeah.
or like
You see-
incorporate that into the show. Like there was a Falls Count Anywhere match, and they just
Yeah.
busted down a whole brick wall.
We get to take
Yeah,
a
just
chunk
take
of
out
the
a
building
load-bearing
with us.
wall and watch everybody run. That'd be fucking cool. Yeah.
Yeah.
But later in the show, there was a street fight, and I did get to check off a wrestling bucket list moment of be in concessions while they fight through it.
That's fantastic.
That's
Yeah.
pretty cool.
Because I didn't really care about the street fight, so I was like, this will probably take a little while, so I can go get drinks and a pretzel. And I go, and I'm standing there, all of a sudden I just hear, sounds like the match is getting closer. And then I look, and sure enough, there they are in like the line next to me. Like, well, this is cool. Thank you for bringing the match to me. I felt very important.
And here I thought I was gonna miss something.
Yeah.
Like, hi, Kelly.
They were ringside, and they were like, Kelly from Voices of Wrestling is here. Oh wait, he's not in his seat. Maybe he's at the concession stand. Let's go get him.
Maybe he's trying to go get a bottle of water.
$9.
Would have been real cool if they started throwing out free pretzels.
Yeah. Juice Robinson did grab a bag of popcorn and bust it over a dude's head. That was fun.
That's pretty great.
But then
I like that.
Then I felt bad, because then you see like the janitor come by and start sweeping it up. But the people at the snack counter seemed to have a good time with it, so that was fun.
Oh yeah, I bet.
People
But yeah,
get
so it was
hit in the head
really
with bags of popcorn on wrestling all the time, Mahoney.
yeah.
Do they?
It
Yeah.
happens pretty regularly.
That's pretty good.
One time, John Moxley squirted a bunch of guys with ketchup and mustard.
Okay, see, like, the idea of wrestling fans getting, like, if you took a large fountain Diet Coke and just smashed it into the side of a wrestling fan's head, let me see that on repeat 25 times. Like, it just sprays up into the air and then comes down in slow motion and soaks them. Oh, yes. Sign me up.
We
Spraying
found
them
his
with
fetish.
ketchup and mustard? Genius. Love it.
I think you would like wrestling.
Yeah.
No, I don't want to watch the wrestling. I just want to see the wrestling fans get tortured. I want to see a wrestler pull one of them aside and be like, your mom says she doesn't love you.
Stop being a reply guy.
Yeah.
You're never gonna make it in this business.
No.
Man.
Love it.
Mahoney, that reminds me of a time. This was years and years ago. It was CM Punk doing a promo in, I think it was IWA Mid-South. And he was just acting as though he was holding a microphone, but he could project his voice loud enough so everyone could hear him.
Well, then why is he pretending he's holding a microphone?
Well, here's
That's
the thing.
dumb.
Here's the thing, Mahoney. It pays off.
Okay.
Here's the thing. There's a lady in the front row who's giving him gruff, and he goes down and he puts the fake microphone in front of her face, and she goes to talk into it, and he goes, "You dumb bitch, I'm not holding the microphone."
All right. That's kind of funny.
Fucking wonderful.
Yeah, but the show was awesome. The top two main event, the semi-man and the main event, were both incredible. Oh, you found the clip?
I believe so.
Yep, I see it. Here it is.
Oh, I've seen this. Yeah.
Classic CM Punk. Yeah, the semi-main event was Minoru Suzuki versus Tomohiro Ishii, and they beat the absolute shit out of each other as much as I hoped they would. At one point, Suzuki just headbutted the shit out of Ishii, and it was so loud. Just two melons crashing into each other.
Oh, that sounds like a bad idea.
It was awesome.
Remember when Loki no-showed Bloodsport and they replaced him with fucking what's his nuts?
Suzuki.
Yeah.
Yep.
And
That
now
was a
he's like
Definite
everywhere.
upgrade. Yeah. Yeah, no, it was that was awesome. Like that was a major upgrade, and this was so good. Just I went the full 5 stars on it because it was just these two old guys beating the fuck out of each other.
When
and
you
that's
say
what
I
want.
went the full 5, like you say it so sensually. You're like, oh yeah, I went the full 5. I went 5 deep on this one.
Yeah, it's true. And the main event was almost just as good. I went 4 3/4 on it. It was Mox versus Ospreay. It was incredible.
I bet that was good.
It was so good. Both Mox and Ospreay got ragued.
Yes.
They did. Ospreay put Mox on the announcers table, which was right in front of us because we were
Now
the
that
fifth.
sounds sensual.
Yeah, put him on the announcers table and jumped off the top rope onto him. And then at that point, I guess Mox decided he had stopped raguing, so he needed to ragu himself again.
Well, yeah, clearly.
And was very ragued.
That I just do not see the appeal of.
Yeah.
Like, why? Like, what's the point?
We were watching AEW recently, and Mary was like, they don't have to bleed all the time.
They don't have to bleed ever. Like,
No, you gotta
No,
bleed sometimes.
you gotta
no,
bleed.
They don't.
Yeah.
Was it Wheeler Yuta that made Mary say that?
Well, it was a bunch of shows in a row where somebody got ragued.
Yeah.
So like Wheeler Yuta got ragued, then the Adam Cole
Yeah,
Adam
but
Page
that was
match.
awesome.
Yeah. But like
sometimes you just need a little ragu.
yeah, but when it comes to their big matches, they definitely do ragu.
And you know what? It's fucking cool.
Yeah,
Sure
you
is.
got a ragu. Gotta lose that strawberry topping.
Yeah.
Ridiculous.
Yeah, I guess on Fight they fixed the issues with the VOD, so now you can just watch the show as it was intended.
Oh, that's good.
Yeah, definitely recommend checking it out. If you don't want to watch it on Fight, I guess it's going up on New Japan World on the 4th. But yeah, definitely worth a watch. I thought the whole show was solid. Like nothing really bad on it. I know I've seen some people that didn't care for the street fight, and that may have just been live bias, but I really enjoyed it.
Well, yeah, you were standing in it.
Exactly.
Yeah, that's fucking cool.
I was a part of it.
I was
Yeah.
really impressed with the Ring of Honor World Title match on Battle of the Belts.
Dude, that rocked.
That
I
was
was
the first
really
time
surprised.
seeing either of those guys wrestle full match.
Yeah, Dalton Castle looked the best he's looked in years. Like he was kind of getting pretty broken down for a bit there. It looked like he definitely benefited from having some time off for a while.
And I forget if it was Lee or if it was Tito who said Jonathan Gresham is a weird looking dude.
Oh, he's a square.
He's all shoulders.
Yeah, he's a square man.
He's
He is
all
as
shoulders,
wide
but he's
as
also
he is tall.
5'4".
Yeah,
When
yeah, he's a little battle tank. It's awesome.
when that big Indian guy got into the ring and stood next to Jonathan Gresham, it was amazing to see.
I loved when you posted that picture and you're like, "Look how weird Jonathan Gresham looks," and Mahoney goes, "Which one?"
Every single person in that picture looked weird.
You're not wrong. You are not wrong.
Everyone
in the ring, everyone in the
crowd.
audience. Like, this could be literally anyone.
Hey, you left that thread at one point.
I didn't come back. Kelly brought me back
commentary.
like a fucking vampire
Listen,
against my will.
Listen to me fingering Dan the Jizz Man.
The other day we tried to explain that joke to Mary, and she was like, "You don't have to explain it. I already get it." And it's like, you don't, though. Because
Yeah,
it
like-
goes so much deeper than you think.
She's like, I know who Fingering Dan is. Like, yes, you do. You do know the guy from the Cantina band, but you don't know that Mahoney changed his display name in our Toy Fair Messenger thread to Fingering Dan the Jizz Man.
And then had a whole heartfelt conversation with Nyes and Jose until Jose was like, "I cannot believe I'm talking to Fingering Dan the Jizz Man."
That was my favorite
I
one.
was like,
It took
"Oh
until
yeah,
this-
I forgot about that."
yeah, it took until this weekend for Jose to notice you called that now. Good old
What a
Finger
time to be
Dan.
alive.
So yeah,
Well-
wrestling was good. Really good trip. I enjoyed going to something in these fallen
Yeah.
times.
Yeah.
Lee, I've got an anime recommendation for you.
All right, what we got?
It's on the crunch.
Cats.
It's on the Crunchy Rolls. Yes, you
Okay.
got to watch the film Cats.
日本のたわごとが好き。
ナイクスジャパンシット
Yeah.
Oh shit, I forgot we had that sounder.
That's a good sounder.
That is. All right, so this is on Crunchyroll. It's new this season. I think it's only 2 episodes in. It is Love After World Domination.
Oh, you are not the first person to tell me about this. I need to get on this.
Yeah, you should watch this. It's what happens if a Power Ranger falls in love with one of his enemies, and they need to hide
that sounds
their
rad.
relationship. So basically, what if the Red Ranger wanted to be in love with Goldar? And
Hey,
share in their-
Kimberly.
I like to think
Exactly.
that the Red Ranger was in love with Goldar.
And this is what tells you that story.
Just Goldar sitting around waiting for someone to bring him flowers.
Yeah. I hope he thinks I look pretty today. And then my other anime recommendation is the from 1986 Super Mario Bros. Great Mission to Rescue Princess Peach. This is a formerly thought lost movie based on the original Mario games that was eventually found and upscaled to 4K by Femboy Films on
God.
Twitter.
It looks
on-
shockingly good.
Dude, it looks incredible. They did a phenomenal job with it. Like, for what was, I guess, was a VHS copy of a really fucked film copy. They touched it up to look awesome and pretty
Yeah,
much just brand new.
It looks brand new. Exactly. It's crazy.
Yeah, and it's fully subbed. It's like a little over an hour. It's definitely worth watching. It's a lot of fun. I really had a good time with it.
And
And
you
it's
get
just-
to hear Japanese voice actors speak with Italian accents, and it's
Oh,
very
yeah,
strange.
it's great.
They
And
didn't
just
dub it with Chris Pratt.
no.
Yeah.
And just like random 80s Japanese pop for whatever reason. Like that just doesn't fit the movie or the game at all. It's pretty great. Mario's a
Yeah,
rock and
it's-
roller.
It's very fucking weird, but
Yeah.
you should watch it. It's very bizarre.
Yeah, it's definitely worth a watch. And then one last thing, got to talk about Elden Ring for a bit because again, that's just what I do. I fought a giant pile of snakes that turned into a giant snake god.
Ooh.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah,
I think I like that. That sounds
Yeah.
gross.
yeah. I sent you the. I think I sent you guys that video.
I was just
we
trying
don't
to
always
find a
know what
video
I'm
of
seeing.
the Super Mario thing, but then all I was seeing was videos of people holding hot dogs the correct way.
Oh no, this again. You're trying.
He got quiet so fast.
I'm in the middle of a battle here on Fortnite.
Oh, it's intense out there lately.
I gotta kill this prowler.
I
There
got
we
all
go.
that prowler shit.
He's done. Oh, somebody else shooting at me now.
The last prowler thing I needed was the gun skin, and you're supposed to get headshots with a thermal weapon, and like all day I couldn't find a single fucking thermal weapon.
Oh yeah.
I had to kill a IO guard on a blimp, and he had a legendary thermal scope. So I just was shooting IO guards from the blimp.
I had one. I got 2 of the 3 headshots, and someone else was shooting at me, and I was just like, "Can you just give me a moment? I won't try to attack, but just give me 3 more seconds to get one more headshot."
If there could
You
be
can
like
kill me when I'm done.
Yeah,
like a white flag or something, or
exactly.
like
It's chill.
Hey, it's all good.
I wouldn't give him a fucking breath though. I'd take him out immediately.
Yeah, exactly. I was complaining earlier this week about people shooting me in the back while I'm trying to shoot IO guards. But then I dropped earlier today, and I saw a Doctor Strange, and I'm like, okay, well, I can't let this motherfucker live if there's a Doctor Strange out here. So yeah, I shot him in the back, murdered him.
Well, that's what happens is you try to be reasonable, and then nobody else is reasonable, and then you're just like, all right, it's just murder. It's just murder all the time.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, this is who we are. Okay, fine. This is the game we're playing.
I am having the greatest time putting remote explosives on a car, driving around, and then you find a person, you point the car at them, you jump out.
Yeah.
The car continues to sail towards them, and when it gets close enough, you pull the trigger on the remote explosives, and it blows the whole car up.
Did we not do that on Twitch?
I don't know if we did it on Twitch.
Man,
We should.
We should.
It's amazing.
It's
It's
also good.
absolutely amazing.
It's riddled with bugs right now, but
Yeah,
there's so much cool shit going on.
it's a lot of fun. It's a good time. We had a long talk the other day, Nice, Mary, Lisa, and I, about if you could put a remote explosive on a person
Mm-hmm.
and then run into a group and have the other person in your squad pull the trigger and turn you into a suicide bomber.
Allahu Akbar!
Stop
Long
it.
story short, you cannot. They anticipated this and did not allow for it.
There's some
I'm
real
kinda
cool
surprised.
shit you can do though.
They anticipated that, but not people doing the break dance at the MLK Memorial.
Yeah, or that weird Ariana Grande thing where you could give a blowjob. Like,
I love taking those remote explosives, and when I see footsteps around me, just throwing them in a certain part of the building I'm in and just waiting and just
Oh, yeah.
watching them explode.
they're great. I love them. I hope they never get vaulted.
Magnificent. Got anything else going on? Fingering Dan the Jizz Man?
No, not really. We got Will's cast off yesterday. That was pretty great. So
Did he
is
keep it?
back to normal. No, he didn't keep it. They've like rigged him up a splint, so he has that, but he didn't keep the cast. Who wants it? I don't want his
Yeah,
cast.
what are you gonna do with that eventually? It's just gonna smell bad.
It's just
And,
trash. Yeah,
Yeah.
that's a here you throw this out moment.
like, yeah. Hey, I took a bunch of pictures with it. Okay, I don't need to hold on to this medical waste.
Yeah,
Fair
exactly.
enough.
I don't want that. He's
Fair
doing great though.
enough.
He spent the first like half hour of not having a cast being like convinced that his arm like needed protecting, and then slowly
can't
got a
believe how
little more used to it.
Fucking, I can't believe how fast it was.
Yeah, it was a month. It was like a month to the day.
That's nuts.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
crazy.
Kids
He's-
are resilient.
Yeah, exactly. That's
Yeah,
the thing.
yeah.
It's literally just that he's a kid. Like he grew all this new bone, like a rat. Like he broke his arm, just above the elbow. And when they took the new X-ray, they were like, "You see all this? This is new bone that he grew to protect his arm around where he broke it." It's like, well, that's
nuts.
fucking rad.
Kids are pretty much just Marrow from the X-Men.
Yeah.
I'm sure I've said it before, but I'll watch Jax, run down the hallway, fall and just eat shit, like running as fast as he can, fall as hard as he can, and then just hop up and keep running.
Yep.
Imagine for a moment you are running as hard and fast as you can, and you fall.
Oh my god, it would ruin my fucking week.
Yeah, like how
Yeah.
big would that medical bill be when you go to the
Yeah.
emergency room? Because you'd be fucked up. You would not be okay.
I have random bruises from hitting like the dog gate on my arm.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. If I was running as fast as I could and fell or otherwise crashed, like, immediately evacuate the house.
Yeah. There's
No one needs to be around me.
There's gonna be some property damage.
Yeah.
Oh, fucking, they don't know how good they got at these fucking youths.
Mm-hmm.
No idea.
Have you guys ever broken a bone?
No.
Not me.
Wild.
I'm pretty sure my ankle got broken when I was a kid, and then just
Well-
nothing ever happened. Then it got fucked up.
Yeah,
Oh.
fair. Like, I definitely broke a toe, but, like, I didn't do anything about it, so it doesn't really count.
No, I broke my ankle, and then Mom was like, "Okay," and so now
Put some
my
dirt on it.
one foot is like kind of cocked 30 degrees to the left because it didn't heal right.
Oh my god.
Katie gets
Yeah.
mad at me every time I tell the toe thing. I dropped a piece of plywood on it. I got like a sheet of 3/4 plywood at the store, dropped it on my toe. Was like, oh, this is no good.
That'll
But
do
like,
it.
all they're gonna do is tape it to another toe and tell me to wait.
yeah,
So I'm like,
right.
okay,
What are you supposed to do? Yeah.
yeah, like I don't need to go to the doctor. But like every so often, it like clicks, and like if I'm like walking downstairs and it like kind of wraps like around the front of the stair, like that's pretty painful. And I'll like tell that story to Katie or to Lisa, and they're like, "You need to go like to the hospital, like and talk to somebody about this." I'm like, "No, I do not. Like, I need to do
Nah.
that for what?
Yeah, not for a toe.
Yeah, like it's fine."
You'll just
10
chop
years
that
ago,
thing
I
off
heard
if
it.
gets bad
It's
enough.
still not quite right.
I mean, everything clicks.
Yeah. My
Oh,
knee
fucking tell me about
clicks
it.
like crazy.
Welcome to We're All Old and We're Gonna Die.
Yeah.
It's
And I
bound
can't
to happen.
I can't control like my flatulence. Either burps or farts. Like I can control it, but I don't care to. Just let it rip.
But I don't care to.
I mean,
That story changed real fast.
Yeah,
Look,
like-
I just can't. Actually, I don't give a fuck.
I figure it's not good. Just let it go.
I mean, you're home. Who cares?
Yeah, I mean, like if I'm out walking the dog, I'll at least try and like, as I'm ripping a fart, I'll do like a.
There's a whole TikTok account of this guy who wanders around New York City farting at people. It's pretty great.
Oh, I've been to New York City. I guarantee you, they don't notice.
Yeah.
Oh no, he usually gets the reactions.
That whole fucking city smells like a fart.
Yeah.
Like he'll find like somebody in some first floor apartment with their window open, and he'll just stick his ass in it and fart.
Oh no!
Oh,
Don't stick
Oh,
your
I
ass in someone's home.
That's
No.
breaking and entering at that point.
Breaking wind and then.
You deserve whatever the hell you get. You pull some shit like that.
Yep. Well, usually the only thing he gets on video is the people being like, "What the fuck?" And then off he goes into the night.
Mahoney, did you enjoy the video I sent you today?
Which one, Kelly?
The
You know how many videos I get in the day?
the bird poop one.
Oh yes, I did enjoy that. I actually saw that a few days ago, and I think it is just wonderful.
The video in question was of a man was like watching his girlfriend or wife outside, and he was on the floor above her, and he had a bunch of mayonnaise, and he kind of just whipped it at her.
Oh.
And
She was
then it
doing
hit.
yard work.
She was doing yard
Oh
work.
God.
So she looks up, thinking
Okay,
it was a bird that shit all over her.
I need a link.
What the fuck?
Stat.
What the fuck?
It's
Alright.
great.
Yeah.
And then I think it was on TikTok. I actually watched that with Katie. Katie also loves it. And I think on the TikTok comments, maybe somebody was like, "Wouldn't you be able to tell it's mayo just from the smell?" And I'm like, if somebody threw mayo on me, I'm not going to be able to smell it and be like, "Oh, that's mayo. No worries."
yeah, I'm not gonna
Like,
smell this thing that I think is shit.
But who knows? Maybe bird shit smells like mayo.
Yeah.
yeah,
alright.
like
Yeah.
Nice. I
we're
sent
all
it to
experts
Popcast.
on bird
Yeah.
shit smells.
That's
Apparently.
why it's the perfect crime. It
Yeah.
smells just like mayo.
Yeah. And here we go.
Oh no.
first in the area so dirty, they pull all my body like that.
Hold my body.
What are you doing? Like mayonnaise.
Mayonnaise bird duty.
Yeah, so she's like, look, I'm covered in this bird shit, and he takes a lick off her finger, and he's like, oh, it tastes like mayo.
All my body like that.
Terrible.
And then she starts to throw up.
That's fucking horrible.
What are you doing? Like mayonnaise.
Oh my god.
Kelly, you would like the brother and sister where the sister can't handle that like retching sound.
I've
the
seen
brother
her on. Yeah.
Yeah, he just walks around and finds the opportunity to make it, then records her reaction.
Yeah, real cool. Definitely worth putting on the internet.
A form of torture, I do believe.
Jesus Christ. So what's up on a classic this week, Nice?
Yes, we do have a classic from episode 469.
Nice.
May 23rd, 2019. Lee, with his expertise, was called in as a Power Rangers expert.
All right.
I remember this.
I think I remember this too. Yeah. I remember this. All right. Enjoy this. Back in a minute. Love you. Bye.
Enjoy the refreshing taste of an ice-cold Popcast classic.
I'm on my way home today. The phone rings. It's my good buddy Goat. I'm like, hey, what's up? And he goes, what are you doing? So I'm on my way home. This is cool. He says, I'm up at, he had this little, buy, sell, trade, resell shop, like a consignment store. I'm up at AAA. Wanna come up here for a second? There's a guy that walked in here with a big Megazord collection, and the guy that runs the joint doesn't know shit about Megazords. He come take a look at it. He called me like I was a fucking expert on Pawn Stars.
Did you get your readers out?
I fucking walked up in there, and this guy had all these Megazords on the table, and the guy that runs the shop was like, "Now I don't know anything about this. Hey, I don't know about this. Like, what do you see?" And I'm like, "This is straight up. I mean, okay." I'm like, this, and this, and this, and when you listen, you can probably get about this and for this one, whatever. I'm kind of railing up price and all this shit, and I'm like, I can just practically see like the ticker in the bottom of the screen like going up. Talking about what the fuck is happening. But this guy, this is small town Tennessee, and some of them were in rough shape. Some of them are pretty nice, but some of them are pretty rough. And the guy's like, he's like, I want to sell it all at one time, and I go, that's not gonna happen. Like, this guy's not gonna buy it all from you for sure. Like, because he can't house all this inventory that may or may not move, and no fan is gonna buy all this at one time because everyone who would want this already has most of it. Like, you're asking to do something dumb. I see it all the time in those Facebook buy sell groups. Like, here's my giant Transformers collection, $1,000. We'll only sell as a lot. And I go, no, you fucking dummy! Like, any person's gonna want two of those things, you dummy. He seemed like a nice enough guy, but he's never gonna sell this fucking thing.
You're looking through the collection, and then you're like, oh, what is this? And then they cut to commercial, motherfuckers.
Well, he did have one thing that I didn't have that I wanted, and I'm like, I'll give you $30 for that right now. I'm like 100%, like, let's do it. And he goes,
oh, you fucking dickhead.
He's like,
dummy.
Come on a little bit more forward. I go, I mean, not for nothing, but you just pull this out of a bin that's been an attic for 10 years. Like, it's just trash, but okay, that's fine. I'm like,
what was it?
He had a Torazord, the big dumb turtle.
Oh, nice.
And all the shit he had was basically, he had all the Megazords pretty much from the season 1 through the end of Turbo. And they were all complete, but they were in various stages. Like, that poor Falcon Zord was 80% yellow. Like, they'd just been sitting in a window for like years. So, I mean, some of them are pretty rough. Some of them are great. But I'm like, this big dumb turtle is got all the pieces. That's great, but it's kind of fucked up. Like, I'll take it right now. Let's go. And he's like, I'm like, then fucking fine. Like, just, but don't, be like, I want to, I'm giving you money. And he was like, nah. I'm like, all right, whatever. Fucking weirdo. And then Goat was still there. And I walked out and he's sitting on a table with just like a big box full of Magic the Gathering cards. And I go, what the fuck are you doing? And he's like, nothing. And I go, don't do this, man. Like you've done this before. Don't do this. He goes, it's already too late. It's happened. He's like, it's done, been done. I go, fuck. Well, I have to go now. He's like, I know.
Nothing quenches your thirst quite like a Popcast classic.
Oh, the before times.
Not too long ago. Oh, yeah, it was the before. The before.
Yep.
The best part about them calling you in to weigh in on those Megazords is it's like you are the you're the clientele. Like those are for sale for you. So you being like, I'll give you $30 for this one. That guy should have been like, all right, because you're the person who buys Megazords here. Like no one else is gonna buy these Megazords. There's one dude in town who's gonna buy my Megazords, and he offered me $30.
It's funny because like that store changed ownership, and I got a call up about go call me up again like a few years later, and it was like, hey, a bunch of Megazords. I went up and looked, and it might have been the same collection. I'm not sure, but the same kind of thing happened. No, it was definitely different because it was more stuff. But that's kind of what I told the guy that ran it. I'm like, that runs the store. I'm like, here, I'm not gonna tell you couldn't get more for this, but I'm the one that's gonna buy it here. It's just me, and this is what I will give you. What do you say?
You can take it to eBay if you can figure out what these things are fucking called.
That's the thing. They had no idea what any of it was. I'm like, I know what these are. I want them. I will give you this. And he fucking, was kneading his hand. I'm like, look, I'm not trying to fuck you. I'm just telling you, this is what's going on. Like, so you fucking take your pick. I walked out of there with some pretty cool shit that day.
It'd be great if you were trying to you're just like, all right, here's the deal. I'm going to take you up back. I'm going to make sweet love to you. You're going to give me these Megazords.
For that, I get the whole fucking tote. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Yeah, I get all of it for that. All right. So this is going to be real fucking stupid, and I'm very excited about it. Hit my
Pop topic.
So this stems out of Mahoney's hypothetical last week about whether or not we would eat a 2-inch tall man.
Oh yeah, that should have been the classic. Fuck.
It's funny. I was trying to explain the topic tonight, and I was like, okay, so for some reason we were talking about a tiny man. I don't remember why.
And so then it became, I remember who was like, what would you do if you were a 2-inch man? But here we are. This is what's happening. This is what's going on. And so, of course, fuck it all. There are no rules. So, it became, maybe you're a 4-inch tall man. Fuck it. Maybe you're a 6-inch tall man. Who knows? But you're living in toys. You're living in toys and driving around in toys and shit. And so I thought about this for kind of a long time. And for most of the time, I was like leaning towards, okay, cool. Maybe I'll do, okay, if I'm a 4-inch tall man, then I'm gonna fuck around with Fortnite stuff. Because like all those vehicles are dope, little Fortnite 4-inch vehicles are dope, and you can they have all those little like the wall pieces, so you can build yourself whatever house you wanted to, and there's even like a clock tower and shit, have like a little village. Yeah, that's what I'll do. I'll be a 4-inch tall Fortnite man. Because Jax has a bunch of that shit, and it's cool. He's got a helicopter and the trucks and the cars and
battle bus. He got the battle bus.
He got the battle bus, all that stuff. I'm like, fuck, I could take some of the seats out of the back of the battle bus and just fucking sleep in there too. Like, make a whole thing out of it.
This whole section of TikTok about that.
Yeah, I mean, I knew a guy who used to live in a bus back before it was cool. His name was Wildman. He was a biker, and he was deaf.
Oh.
Yeah, that's right.
Wild Man, the deaf bus man.
He
Wild
sounds
Man,
like the one
deaf
who
biker.
made it cool.
Yeah, and this is back, he just hang out with my dad and all of his biker buddies, and whenever they wanted to be assholes, they would just pull their beards down over their mouths so he couldn't read their lips.
Oh. All right, we had a deaf kid in high school who was a dickhead. Because here's the deal. Just because you're deaf does not mean you're not a
an
dickhead.
asshole. Yeah.
Right?
Exactly.
Just like
You can be deaf and also an asshole.
just because you have cancer doesn't make you not an asshole.
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly.
Yeah.
And so sometimes when I would talk to him, I would move my lips so much, and you just had no idea what I was saying.
Yeah,
But it's because he was a dickhead. Like, he was an asshole.
yeah, we had a blind asshole at school, and he would like wreck your fucking ankles with the cane in the hallway. Like, you know, he did that shit on purpose. Like, come on, man. Like, we're all trying to give you a wide berth, and you know that you're just being an asshole.
You talking
So
like a walker cane or like a blind person slapping
Like a blind
a
person cane. Yeah, like one of those guys. Yeah.
Do you pick him up and put him in a garbage can?
Well, no, I wasn't a monster.
No.
So that was my theory for a while. Was we go 4-inch scale, we go Fortnite, and then we do it up. But then I'm like, what is there for the 2-inch tall man? You know, what are my options really? And then it fucking hit me, like, no, fuck a Fortnite. I want a Lego city to live in, because a Lego minifigure is 1.8 inches tall.
Love it.
And I'm like, all the fucking, like, you know, hell, we have an impressive Lego thing on our own. And, you know, you can buy, you know, LED kits for all the little buildings, like light them up and shit. And, like, I would be a DIY sensation as the 2-inch tall man living in his Lego village. I would have everything. I'd have working plumbing in that thing in a matter of weeks. There'd be some fucking nerd that'd be like, oh my God, I can't wait to plumb this house.
You'd be
for
Emmett.
this tiny man to live in.
You'd make the double-decker couch.
Straight up. I think one of these pictures has the double-decker couch on the roof. It just might.
Yep, there it is.
Yeah, there it is. Yep. there
Next
it
to
is.
Batman and a
Yep.
ghost.
Yep. Yeah, it's fucking rad. Because, you know, you can RC a fucking Lego car. You can, oh, okay, what do I want to ride today? Oh, how about a Batmobile? I'll fucking rock a Batmobile all around the house and try not to get stepped on by my wife.
Oh yeah, did you send me a picture of your car?
I suppose I did not, but there's a little black and white one right there.
We get it. We get it.
Yeah, you get it.
Look at all
It
them
could be
cars.
anything you fucking want.
You can build
Look at all
anything you
them
want.
cars.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Interesting. Well, I think Mahoney should go next.
Yeah, I'm right there with you, Lee. That's exactly what I picked.
Yeah, fuck yeah.
Exactly what I picked. I picked the Lego detective house. I want to be a Lego detective. I'm going to solve all the Lego crimes. I'm going to live in there. There's like a pool table. There's a barber shop. There's all sorts of shit. It looks great.
Oh, there's a secret passage from the barbershop into the back alley.
Yeah, love it. I'm all about it.
Gonna get
There's
got
some
that
sort of like
Lego,
wall
little
safe.
Lego dick
Yeah.
sucked in there.
Yeah.
Ace Brickman, private detective. That's cool.
Mhm.
No, that one kicks ass. That's a good one. I got that one. That's a really
I'm
good
all
one.
for it.
Would
And
recommend.
for my car, I'm gonna drive around in this crazy ass mech thing. It's like a hovercraft slash rocket sled slash robot. So like,
Oh, you
I'm gonna
got that
cruise around in
3-in-1,
that.
dog. There
Yeah.
you go.
Look at that.
Look at that thing. Imagine walking in the grocery store in that. Fuck a mask.
Man, I would love to stomp around in a mech. That's pretty
Yeah.
cool.
Yeah.
Doesn't get much better than that.
I like the little robot guy in there too. He's fun.
Yeah, he'll be like my Jarvis.
Yes.
Yeah.
Very good.
Yes, I shall enter the Lego City and subjugate one of you immediately.
Exactly.
That's so cool.
Yep. That's I there are a lot of great choices. Like I really wanted to pick that G.I. Joe thing that like was the giant truck that rolled around and unfolded. But then as I thought about it, I was
tackle
like,
box?
no, I just want to live in a Lego city.
Yeah, because then the possibilities are endless.
Yeah.
So
yeah, 'cause I thought
mine,
like for a minute, I'm like, I'm gonna be. What if I was? Yeah, I live in Lego City, but I'm also a fucking Lego movie style master builder. So it's got to be that too. But then my thought process was, no, Lee, that's ridiculous.
that's
Yeah.
silly.
Yeah, that's silly. You can't be a Lego movie-esque master builder. That's preposterous and impossible. You're
You
a regular
fucking
2-inch tall
goofball.
man living in Legos.
You foolish boy.
And then I had to catch myself and go, what a fucking dummy I am.
Yeah.
Like, no, place this limit, otherwise it's goofy.
A real silly willy over here.
Fucking dumb.
So my original choice was going to just be random 1/12 scale toy shit that you can buy on Big Bad Toy Store for too much money. But then I started thinking about it, and I was like, I want to live in the Fisher-Price Great Adventures castle that I had as a child.
Oh my god, yes.
Dude, like I guess this was a different era or what, but like I would have lost my shit over something like this.
Yeah, this thing's incredible. Like I still have it down in the basement. It's so good. It's a big ass castle.
The figures are so cool. Like it's not like
the figures rock.
Like Playmobil does play sets like this, but I hate the stupid Playmobil figures.
Yeah,
but these are great.
These are rad knights with a bunch of cool different weapons.
This castle fucking rocks, dude.
Yeah, it
yeah.
does.
No, I love this castle. You've got like little footholds for them to climb their way up to the top of the tower. You've got a round table inside. You've got a catapult where you can throw rocks at the front of the castle. You've got a cannon that shoots out rocks
It's
at people.
awesome.
There's a little drawbridge.
It's got so much cool shit in it, and it has like a small little footprint, and it comes with so many little figures. Like, man, that's so cool.
Yeah, it's so good. That's one of my favorite toys from my childhood.
When I was
it
like,
looks very much like a prototype Imaginext. Looks like.
yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
I was like 13 or 14, and we went on this family trip to Oklahoma to visit one of my great aunts. The only time we ever went to Oklahoma. And when we got to Oklahoma, we stayed for one night at like some friend of hers house. I don't remember who they were. They're nobody I ever met. I do not know who they are. And I got put up in some bedroom, and in that bedroom was that castle.
Oh.
And I was like, fuck yeah, and played with that shit for hours. Like, the middle of the night, I'm like 14, and I'm just like, it's got a secret tunnel. It's got, like, I was all about it.
14?
It's so good. Dude, yeah, if I had just like that in a room where I was supposed to go to sleep at 14, I'd be like, fuck yeah, time to play Knights.
Yeah, absolutely. I was like, I'm not going to bed. This thing's great.
Fucking rocks.
Yeah,
That's
and
awesome.
those minifigures are so cool too. They're perfect for fighting.
Mm-hmm. It was amazing. I still remember it. That was like 25 years ago, and I still look back on it.
Yeah. And then there's also, in the same line, there is a pirate ship, and that's where I would go on the weekends and use to drive around.
I love it. I almost picked a pirate ship because there were so many cool pirate ships when I was Googling
I
play
would
sets.
lose my shit if I had this when I was a kid.
Yeah, dude, I used to have the pirates come invade the castle, and then it'd be a three-way battle between the good knights, the bad knights, and the pirates.
Hell yes.
Amazing.
But then, like, this scale, too, you could, like, put battle beasts in here. You could put Lego guys in here if you wanted to. They look like the, like, Galactic Heroes or Superhero Squad kind of style.
Yeah, Jax had the Imaginext pirate ship where the front of it's a shark, and that thing fucking rocks, too.
That I've got, I just sent you another thing that is, like, the original version of that. It's like a great, they call it the Great Adventures Shark Raft.
Oh.
And it shoots barrels. And that was I used to, in the story that I had, that would be the former captain of the ship who would come back to take his ship back.
Oh my god.
But yeah,
I'm all about it. Let's all get together and play Imaginext.
Let's play pirates.
Yeah.
Holy shit.
I mean, Kelly's basically just living out a Stars show.
Yeah. Yeah, pretty much. Yeah, that's what I did as a child. I just made episodes of Stars. I should just go and grab the toys out of the basement and just film myself playing with them and send them to Mahoney so he can watch in the shower.
Yes, please.
All right, Kelly, but make sure you can do it. You got to give us your best yar.
Yar!
Nailed it.
That was a really good yar.
10-10, first take. First take, you got it.
Yeah, those Fisher Price Great Adventures toys were fucking awesome.
I would have never even thought to choose those, but they're fantastic. Fantastic choices.
Thank you.
Like, that's some shit, like the castle, that I don't think I ever got hands on, but I've seen it in, like, a doctor's office.
Yeah.
Yeah,
no,
that's
sense,
a perfect,
for
like,
sure.
doctor's office toy.
Which means it had none of the parts.
No.
Yeah, zero parts did that fucking castle have.
This
fucking
website that I
great.
found to get these pictures is pretty rad.
That thing is old school as fuck.
Oh, yeah. It's full details of everything about this.
That is, like, first days of the internet style
Yeah.
shit.
It's called thisoldtoy.com.
Straight up GeoCities.
Oh, yeah, it says the copyright is 1998 to 1999, thisoldtoy.com.
And people back then, they're doing this just out of the goodness of their heart.
Yep.
Yep.
Because you'd have the same websites back then where it was like all the wrestlers' real names or
Yep.
all the movies that are coming out. Porno.
Time to take $30 from now.
You want to see some boobs? It's going to take 10 minutes to load. Fucking rock solid choice, Kelly. Rock solid.
Excellent choice.
So Jose didn't send in a voice message, but he did tell me what his picks are, and they are very Jose, and I love them. So for his house, he's going Ewok Village playset.
Nice.
Okay.
Come
That's
on.
pretty
That's a good
good.
choice.
That's
Look
pretty
at this
good.
thing. You got a working elevator. You got a fire pit. You got a net and a wrecking ball. Little drum.
Yeah, that thing's pretty cool.
It's solid. I still have mine. Still
And,
in good
it was
shape.
reused as the Merry Men's Fortress and the Robin Hood Prince of Thieves.
Yeah,
That's
basically
right.
Sherwood Forest playset.
Yeah.
So that's cool.
That's cool.
Love that
So if
one.
you're ever
That's
buying
all
one of
fucking-
those loose, you have to be careful you're not getting the Robin Hood version.
Right.
But
Well-
the point is, it was so fucking cool. They're like, no. Release it again.
Well,
This
they
is
did that
dope.
with the whole line. Like, they just re-released Star Wars and Superpowers figures in that Robin Hood line.
Yeah, I guess you're right. Yeah.
Because, like, the Friar Tuck was the Gamorrean Guard.
Right.
I think Robin Hood was a Green Arrow. So, continuing with Jose's picks, and this is like the dichotomy between the two. He's going with Kit from Knight Rider. I'm assuming there's a vintage like 3 3/4 one, but like I searched for Kit Knight Rider toy, and there's so many. So like I would say the best one, the one that's closest to actual Kit. You know.
Yeah.
That's so baller. Just rolling
an
up to the
excellent choice.
Ewok Village in Kit from Knight Rider.
Yeah, that's pretty good.
All right, so mine, I was thinking, I figured I should go turtles. Like my favorite vehicles and playsets are turtles. So I was thinking maybe old school sewer playset, but also that's a sewer. So I was thinking maybe NECA street diorama, and then also I just ordered my NECA party wagon today. So I was thinking maybe I could go street diorama party wagon. But the street diorama is just a facade. It's just empty on the inside. So I would have to decorate that whole thing. So, and that's it's 3 stories. I don't need that much room. So I figured
True. Yep.
let me combine the two. Instead of picking a house and a vehicle, I'm going to do both in one, and I'm going to roll around town in the Technodrome.
Love it.
Fuck yeah, son.
That's enough.
The turtles are assaulting the Technodrome! Inside are the
Fuck
Foot
yeah.
Clan's
Look at this
storage chamber,
motherfucker.
Krang's laboratory, and Shredder's master control room! Huh? Turtles? Oh, they've been spotted! Now they'll have to watch out for the I Spy radar, that hidden ooze pit, the spike back door! Turtle soup time! Oh no, an ooze scanner, a brain scrambler, and mutant manacles! Can Leonardo rescue them? Sure hope so! Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles! From Playmate!
Just drive that thing from trailer park to trailer park, flattening everything.
And I never had that, but my cousin did. It was like every time I went over, I'm like, "Hey, let's play Technodrome." He's like, "I'm over it. I'm gonna fuck that. We're playing Turtles."
It's got a brig. It's got a
It's
bed.
fucking cool.
It's got a view screen. So many amenities that you don't see in a normal domestic living situation or vehicle. So I really enjoy this. And if there's too much traffic, just pop that eyeball
Yeah.
and take that shit down. I
We learned
remember
very quickly that knives would be the menace of our neighborhood.
Oh, I have been menacing some neighborhoods. Boy, oh boy. I put fucking a cow catcher and chonkers on a semi truck, and I will flatten Sleepy Sound. Flatten it.
You got to do that, but with remote explosives on it.
Oh,
So that when somebody dares pop a shot off at you, you're like, okay. Blow the whole town to smithereens. I wondered if you would pick the sewer playset. And it's funny because I was like, I wonder if he'll pick the sewer playset. And I was like, it's a fucking sewer.
right.
So,
And it's like not even, there's not a kitchen.
yeah. See, that was, I got
I
a
mean,
little
there's not
hung up
kitchen in
of
the
like,
Technodrome.
I'm looking at that G.I. Joe thing and I'm like, I mean, yeah, like there are 2 beds, but like, I gotta assume there's like a bathroom in here somewhere, right? Like there's gotta be a shower. Like
Yeah,
at
you
what
figure
point
you
do you
can
have
outfit it
to
with whatever
see
you
it?
needed. Yeah.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
I mean, that speaks to why Lego is such a good choice, because there's definitely Lego toilets, aren't there?
Oh yeah.
And I
tell you,
mean,
I
with
Had
Kelly's
that shit
pick,
running.
that's all medieval, so like people
you
are
can
just
shit
shitting
anywhere.
in holes.
Shit in a hole. You just go up high, shit in a hole, it falls down real low.
Mm-hmm.
Fucking just Kelly in his chamber pot. Yep.
Yeah. You just call some sort of peasant and be like, you want to live on my land? You clean up my shit?
Are
That's
all
the
those
trade-off, bruv.
Are all your homies, the little action figures? Do they live with you? Are they like your roommates?
There's
Oh, yeah.
fucking Royal Guard.
I like that.
Fucking man, what's not to like? This was
I bet
stupid
you could
and fun.
broker a
I'm glad
peace
we
between
did.
the pirates.
Yeah, this is real dumb.
This was great.
Just looking around the room, thinking who I wouldn't mind hanging out with. Like, no, not you, Homelander, you creepy fuck.
And I'm sure everyone else listening would have assumed Lee would have gone with Transformers, like drive around in Optimus Prime and then live at Metroplex.
That seems a little personal.
A little on the
invasive.
nose.
Yeah, and also like I don't want to live inside something like a person. like I don't want my toilet to have a consciousness.
Yeah, you were really not into Encanto being about a magic house. You're like, I don't want my house knowing nothing.
No, fuck that. That's why Encanto's a horror film.
Don't talk to
Yeah, I
me,
need-
house.
No, I need Casita checking in every time I take a shit. You know what I'm saying? I don't need that.
Casita's
Like,
like
oh god,
moving the air freshener towards you.
Yeah.
you're like, oh, I fucking forgot. Oh shit, and then like just some toilet paper rolls across the floor. Like, oh, I think it's Casita.
Yeah. Casita just, opens the floor and is like, right here. Shit right here.
Lands on Bruno's head.
Put it in my mouth.
Bruno's like, excellent.
Yeah, why were you down there, Bruno?
We know why.
We don't talk about why.
He
Peeping.
likes to get shit on.
Oh, I fucking love it. Woo! All right. Anything else we're talking about? Or we fucking landing this bird. It's wonderful.
I mean, it's 11:46. We can talk comics if you want.
You know what? We can talk about some comics. Let's fucking talk about some comics.
I'm quite keen on comic books, especially the ones about superheroes.
A little bit behind, and I missed it the first week it came out, but I went back and checked out Supermassive, the little crossover book with the Radiant Black superhero universe. It's pretty fucking cool. I dug that, and that's the first thing that they showed Rogue Sun in. Now, there's been 2 issues of Rogue Sun. That's also pretty fucking cool. So, Rogue Sun, the pitch is Rogue Sun dies, the first opening page of the book, he fucking gets killed. And then in reading his last will and testament, he gets together his new family that he ran off and left his old family for. And they're like, all affluent and rich and shit like that. And his old family, not so much. But he basically leaves behind the mantle and the powers and the magic and shit like that to the son he never knew. And like, hey, congratulations, I'm a superhero, and now you are too. And he's kind of like haunting the kid, through the fucking rock or whatever, and no one's having a good time. Like, he's not good at being a superhero. He really hates his deadbeat ghost dad. It's a whole fucking problem. But it's really good. I enjoy it quite a lot. I would like to see where the rest of the books go. And Radiant Black is still really fun. I like that book a lot. I like that, basically, Kyle Higgins is bringing over all of his Power Rangers buddies to write these superhero books at Image, and I'm super into it.
Yeah.
Because I think, Ryan Parrott created Black Sun, or Rogue Sun. So I'm like, yeah, fucking go for it.
Yeah. And I saw they're bringing over to the Power Rangers books Matt Groom, who did the Ultraman book at Marvel.
Ultraman. Yeah. No, I'm into that. Yeah. Yeah, it's like, Higgins, Parrott, and Groom, they're just doing all that kind of stuff. And I'm okay with it because they're all really good at it. So fucking keep doing that. And then, what else? I liked the end of Devil's Reign quite a lot. It's a gorgeous book.
That was very good.
Really good to look. Really, really beautiful. And a really good ending. I kind of hate that Fisk gets to fucking sail off into the sunset because what a piece of shit, he should die. But a self-imposed exile is also pretty good because he's going to come back and fuck something up later. But it leaves the characters in a really interesting place where fucking Luke Cage is going to be mayor of New York. Fisk gave his forgotten son that got magicked into reality, gave him the fucking title of Kingpin. Fisk murdered the shit out of Matt Murdock's twin brother, who magicked himself into existence. Really screwed the pooch on that one. But he thought he killed Matt Murdock, so now everyone thinks Matt Murdock is dead and that Fisk killed him. So now Daredevil's like, all right, I guess this is a pretty good time to run off with my hot ninja assassin girlfriend and start a ninja club to fight the Hand. And I guess that's what they're gonna do now, and I'm fucking here for it.
Man,
it's gonna be real cool, you guys.
That Daredevil show was so cool.
Man, it really was. Really, really was. Hope they bring something. They're going to do something with him. I would be shocked if they show up in Echo.
They did.
Yeah, but, more than
He's
like a
supposed to be in She-Hulk.
That would also make sense. She-Hulk would make sense. Echo would make sense. Echo would make a lot of sense.
Yeah, I expect him to be in both. I expect him to be in all sorts of Disney Plus shows.
Why not? Fuck around in Moon Knight. Why not?
Yeah.
Eventually, they should just start doing Marvel team-up series, like little 6-episode miniseries. Do it, the Daredevil, Spider-Man.
That'd be kind of awesome.
That'd be so fun.
I mean, there's literally a book, Marvel Team-Up. They've even got the source material for it.
I still maintain that last Spider-Man movie should have just been called Spider-Man Marvel Team Up or something.
That would have been pretty cool. They had to keep the stupid home for whatever reason.
Yeah, the movies that no one can remember what they're actually called because they're all too...
Yeah, what they're called and what the second one's called versus what the third one is. It's fucking dumb. How dumb.
I know the second one's Far From Home because he's in Europe. And then the first one's Homecoming.
And the third one is Spider-Man 3.
I'm home.
Home for the holidays.
We're home. Homies.
Speaking of Moon Knight, the last episode of Moon Knight was fucking weird. Not last, but the most recent Moon Knight was real fucking weird.
Yes, but as I said, I feel like this is the best one yet. It is getting better.
Oh yeah, and the action is always great, and the Moon Knight stuff is cool. Just the thing that killed me about this last episode was like Khonshu fucks with the moon to like get an audience with the gods and shit like that, and goes through all the effort to get the gods' attention. And so they go in this fucking hole, they end up in a pyramid, and all the gods, come out and like, what the fuck, Khonshu? And
no, the gods' avatars.
Yeah, the gods' avatars, yeah. And so Khonshu is speaking through, Mark. He's like, hey, this fucking guy who used to be the avatar, he's digging up the tomb of the crazy alligator lady who wants to kill everybody. Yeah. Like, the crocodile lady, we should stop this. This is fucked up, right? And they're like, really? Let's ask him. And so fucking hole opens up where he was, by the way, doing that exact thing. So like whatever door he walked into must have been right next to the excavation site where he's trying to dig up this tomb. And he comes walking in, and Horace is like, you digging up the thing? And he's like, no. And all the gods like, well, look, Khonshu, he said no. What do you want us to do? Like, why are you being such an asshole? He said he wasn't doing it. And then he's like, as a matter of fact, not only am I not digging up the tomb, like, I think this guy's fucking nuts. And then Khonshu's like, hey, we're not talking about me, asshole. And then, like, they all turn on him and just let him leave. It's so fucking weird.
Did you watch this yet, Kelly?
No.
Oh, okay.
I'll get to it eventually.
That's a pretty clear rundown of what happened in that scene.
That's pretty much it.
And the entire time, Oscar Isaac is doing a broken Matt Hardy voice.
Yeah,
he kind of is.
It's not bad. It's just Lee, you've said it a couple times. It's just not really what I was expecting. But I mean, honestly, no Moon Knight is ever what you're used to. Like every Moon Knight series is like different.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
like,
that's why I'm not really mad at it. You know what I mean? I'm not upset about it. Like it's fine because I think probably more than most characters, you can kind of play with Moon Knight a little bit and kind of just fuck around and do your own thing.
And the series is a means to an end. It gets him into this universe. So then he do more cool shit. It's essentially we're still working on his origin.
Yeah, and like I'm not mad about it. I just watched the first episode and like this is fine, I guess.
But they have settled in the cool discussions that they have between personalities through the mirrors. Like that's a real cool visual style to do that.
Yeah, I'm always a sucker for that gimmick. Oh, I always like that. And now, like, Mark's coming to, and there's, a bunch of guys laid around dead or beat up, and neither one of them knows how they got beat up. So, like, there's some other shit going on in there. All right.
I did love the part when he's in the taxi, and Mark wakes up, and he's like, where are you taking me? And the taxi driver's like, you can fucking speak this language? Like, we had such a hard time figuring out where you wanted to go. Like...
fucking great.
It was a blink
and
if you
like,
miss it.
We're going to the airport. Like, we're going to the airport because you said you wanted to go to the airport. Like he was trying to fucking abscond back to the England with himself.
Yeah,
hey, asshole. No, I don't want to go to the airport.
So on the back of one of the jackets of one of the people who attacks him, is this drawing, and the drawing is Ramatut. I don't know how to say it, but Kang's alias when he goes back in time to ancient Egypt and makes himself a pharaoh.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah.
I like that. That's pretty cool. I like that shit.
So, nice little touch.
Just waiting for Bushman to show up so he can get his fucking face cut off at some point. That'd be really neat.
And that's a perfect example of like when Moon Knight cut Bushman's face off, like He had never previously done anything like that. Like, so that was I read that issue and I was like, okay, I guess we're cutting people's faces off now. Like, you know? And then like the next time he shows up, he's like, guess what? Spider-Man's in my head. And it's like, all right, this is weird. You know, like it's always something strange. It's always something weird.
It's always
And the
something
thing with the
you, Moon
Bendis
Knight.
run is like you can't really recommend it to anybody because it just ends up all being a lead up to Age of Ultron.
Yeah.
And no one wants that.
No.
No one wants that. No. Ugh.
I blanked that part out, but you're totally
Fuck, that
right.
was yeah, me too. That was really bad.
Remember when they were like Age of Ultron
Ultron's in
and
the
then
first 2 issues?
Yeah, and it didn't come out for like 5 years after they came up with it.
Oh, it took so long for them to get that book out.
By the time Age of Ultron came out, they had like undone pieces within it. If I remember, like
I
there
think
was like
so.
characters they were using that were like dead now. It's like okay.
And it ended up being more about Morgan Le Fay than anything else. Like, what the fuck are we doing here? Come on.
That was like a personal favor. Somebody was like, "Yeah, Bendis, you can do whatever you want."
No, I guess it doesn't have to make sense. Fuck it, go for it. What you got, Kelly? Anything we're talking about?
So I started a novel series called the Gwyn Saga, and this is a like dark fantasy series from Japan that started in the very late 70s. I think it was 79 it started.
All right.
It's basically their answer to Conan, and this is the novel series that essentially inspired Berserk. I believe it is the longest book series ever. I think it's 152 volumes.
No, thank you.
Only 5 of them have ever been translated into English. So I'm going to read those 5 and hopefully be happy with that. So I'm reading through the first book. It's pretty good. I'm only through the first section or so. It follows a guy named Gwyn. In the beginning, he doesn't know who he is, but he's just this big ripped dude with a leopard mask attached to his head, and he can't remove it. So he basically looks like King from Tekken. And within the first, like...
That's a real fucked up version of Memento.
Yeah.
You fucking wake up, you're Jack, but you have a leopard head on.
Yeah. Within the first, like, couple of chapters, a bunch of knights try and attack him. He picks up one of them and uses that one to beat the shit out of the other ones as though he's a sword.
Oh, wow.
It's pretty great so far. I'm very happy with it thus far. Apparently there was an anime that I'm trying to track down, but I can't find it anywhere.
If I got picked up and used as a sword against one of you, I would be so embarrassed.
Oh, yeah.
The whole time, I'd just be like, I'm sorry.
Oh, I am so sorry about this. I didn't mean to.
Yeah, last year's I think it was last year's Kamen Rider he was like a knight, like a sword fighter guy. And so one of his swords at some point could turn into like a big robot. And then he brought out the big robot, and then the big robot grabbed him and used him as a sword. He was like, what the fuck? And so he had a robot using a man in a costume as a sword. It was very strange looking, but lots of fun. Because those shows don't give a fuck. Well, good. I hope you enjoy this, and then I hope you're able to find the other 147 novels.
Yeah, I've been looking. No one's translated them, which is kind of surprising. Like, you figure there's got to be someone out there that wants to translate these things, but I guess not. So I'll just read the 5 and be okay with that, I guess.
Jose is blowing us up on Messenger right now. Like, Jose, we're doing that show that you're part of.
You know what time it is. What the fuck are you doing? Shit. What you got, Nice?
Well, I wanted to talk about how Moon Knight is fine, but also I wanted to talk about how Picard is ridiculous. We finished season 1, and man, it is really kind of like Star Trek. It always had a vibe of kind of boring, but like for smart people, for the Trekkies. This is just trash television. But like also like hitting the nostalgia beats because it's I know that. I remember berries. Picard,
Sure.
Borg, 7 of 9, Romulans, Jonathan Frakes is there too, all that. So
they're playing all the hits.
Right. They're trying to Abramsify the previous Star Trek canon, which is kind of weird. But like I have no real connection to that. But it's fun, but it's stupid. Among the most stupid things, the most ridiculous things that I have ever seen in a television show. And this is at the end of season 1, and I know that there is a season 2 already. There's a season 2 waiting for me on Paramount Plus of Picard. The show is called Picard. So he has some sort of weird like brain thing, you know, in his older age. Spoiler alert to anybody who hasn't seen Picard season 1. He has a weird brain thing, and it's terminal. He tells everybody about this. They're getting ready for this big final fight, and he tells them about his brain shit. And in the midst of the action, he gets knocked, falls down, and he's dying. He's like about to die from this brain injury. It was bound to happen. He fucking dies. Picard dies. Now, previously, they had set up the fact that they've basically got this android body, and they're preparing to do like the a mind transfer into this droid body.
Okay.
So, without his consent, without talking to him ahead of time, they took Jean-Luc Picard's essence, his soul, his mind, and transferred it into a droid body. He wakes up in this droid body, and they tell him, okay, so just so that everything is cool, just so that you don't freak out about anything, we didn't give you the superpowers that these other droids around here have. We didn't give you the superpowers, and you're not going to live forever like the other androids. You're going to live about the same amount of time you would have lived if not for the brain fucking thing. And it's like,
and also we made you're still an old guy.
Yeah, we made
we
sure
didn't cancel your student loan debt either.
We made
totally
sure
could have, but we didn't.
to get every fucking wrinkle in your face. He's supposed to be 90 something in this show. And they're like, okay, well, we'll bring you back to life, transfer your consciousness into this android body, and make sure to give you every fucking wrinkle we could. Also, no superpowers. Go fuck yourself. And also, you're probably going to die in like maybe 5 to 10 years. How about
that?
Don't.
Is a lot of work.
How about
for a less than stellar situation?
How about I died in the heat of battle. I knew I was going to die from this brain thing. Let me die, a hero. But then he wakes up and he's like, "Oh, cool, thanks, guys." Now I
always wanted to be a wrinkly ass robot with no powers.
On his way to Valhalla, and they're like, "No."
But also, I know there's a season 2 of the show Picard. So when he dies, I'm like, "Oh, okay." So he's not actually dead because they need to get around this somehow. Oh, they're probably going to put his consciousness in this droid body. Oh, maybe they'll have Picard with fucking superpowers and he's eternal. No. No superpowers. And you're going to die in like 5 to 10 years anyhow. It's like, oh,
yeah,
cool.
Ask anybody what their robot body fantasy is. No one says that.
Yeah. Does it weird you out that they made it so that his robot dies because they had to explain why the real actor was going to die?
Right. Yeah.
No shit.
Like, Picard can't live forever because he's not going to live forever.
That's one of the great things about the show too is the story is kind of based around Picard and Data's relationship. Like that's the driving force of the story. And there's a lot of flashbacks and a lot of Picard. When Picard died, he was also having a conversation with Data in his consciousness. And Data was like, "You did die, but you're coming back. We're hooking you up to this android body, and we're bringing you back." But Data is supposed to be eternal. He's a droid. He's not supposed to change. But it's been 30 years since Next Generation, and Brett Spiner does not look like mid-90s Data anymore.
Oh, that's because Data died and they put his body in a wrinkly-ass robot.
Well, yes, there is that, too. But also...
I thought he even set himself up to age. Or am I making that up?
I mean, that would have been
smart.
Be
thinking about Bicentennial Man.
Oh my
You're
God!
thinking of the Robin Williams movie Jack.
I almost spit water everywhere when Lee said Bicentennial Man. So, fucking, let's go. Season 2. Like, the last scene of the first season is him on his new ship with his new fucking crew. And he's like, let's go, Android Picard.
I've been thinking a lot lately about how fucking dope it'll be at some point to upload my consciousness to the cloud or some shit and kind of live forever up in the data. But that'd be really dope.
Yeah, we're not gonna last until that.
Have you an idea how fucking mad I would be if I woke up in just like a fat, hairy robot body?
Oh yeah, I was just thinking the same thing. I was like, if
fuck out of here.
If all of you don't fix everything I don't like about myself with this robot, we are having words.
Right.
If I wake up and this robot's got a fucked up toe, so help me God. So help me.
We are throwing hands.
You better hope you didn't give me super
robot
powers.
hands. You like real
imagine?
steel with a bum toe. Get over here. Oh, that's the worst robot body story I have ever heard. That is such a fucking bummer for Picard.
So he dies, and everyone knows he's dead. And
do I get laser hands now? No, Captain. Can I fly? No, Captain. Am I super strong? No, Captain.
For no reason other than we didn't think you'd want to.
Some of the characters...
Why would I not want to?
The characters pair off to kind of have a moment to eulogize Jean-Luc Picard. But the way they pair off, I'm watching them like, wait a second. Have these characters ever interacted before? Like, why are they having a heart-to-heart about Jean-Luc Picard? And then they go to another set of characters, and it's like, do they know each other? And they're talking about Picard dying. And then I'm thinking, like, wait, no, you switch those two. Those two know each other. These two know each other. Why did you mix it up like this? And then the end shot of the new team on his new ship, without any explanation at all, 7 of 9 and the other female crew member just start holding hands.
Okay.
So I was like, check it out. Lesbos in space. Let's go.
People get emotional at funerals.
No. This was after. This was the Picard is Android Picard now. They're all good. They're ready to go. I'm excited for season 2, you guys.
Oh, I'd be so fucking pissed. Like, I can't. I'm just putting myself in Picard's shoes more than I ever have in my entire life, and I'm like, God damn, he was so mad.
Oh, absolutely. Unforgivable.
Do I have laser eyes? No, Captain.
Why would you not give him the superpowers? What would possibly be a reason for that?
Because, I mean, in his older age, he wouldn't be able to handle it, but also he's an android. You can make him handle whatever he wants.
No, that's fucking stupid. That's real dumb. That's bad writing.
If you're not
That's so stupid.
I hung out with Data for so long. You're telling me Data didn't do like fucking real scan of my entire head and body when I was at my peak Picard? Like, give me that. But no, doddering old great-grandpa Picard. I'm an android, but I'm slowly decomposing, just like real life. Is this what having a soul is like?
Like Picard season 2, the raw deal. That fucking sucks. Oh, that's a bummer. Shit. Oh, what you got, Mahoney?
I haven't been doing much. I powered through that last Kingdom show, which was very good if you were into shows like that. It's about Vikings and the English and all that. It was pretty
show
cool.
where you're like, do I know history?
Yeah, where I was like, wait, I've seen this episode before, but no, I've just seen that battle in who knows what other show. Like, who knows? But yeah, it was cool. Highly recommended. And now, as soon as I can get a window, I'm gonna watch the Batman, but I cannot get myself a 3-hour window to watch the Batman.
Oh
so.
yeah, and you're prepping to go to Disney too.
Yeah, you might have to watch
like,
that.
I don't want to watch the Batman and like normally the way I would watch something is I watch like
Bits and
15
pieces.
minutes here, 20 minutes there, but like I don't want to experience it that way. So
I don't know. You might be able to do the Batman like that because there is definite almost like little episodes within the 3 hours.
Yeah.
You can kind of do it kill by kill.
yeah. Well,
Shit, you kind of could.
maybe.
I mean, we should still watch it like on a nice television.
Yeah,
Right.
well, that's
In
the
your
other thing
shower.
is that I'd like to watch it on an actual TV and not on my 7-inch tablet, but we'll see.
Crank
I
that
probably
sound,
will
too.
not be able to do it until I get back from Disney. But today, the kids both stayed home because they weren't feeling it. And Katie at one point was super sick of Will. And I was like, and so a couple of months back, maybe a month and a half, 2 months back, I watched Speed, and I was telling her the story about the shoot the hostage, that the pop quiz that dude
Dennis
from
Hopper
Dumb and
and stuff,
Dumber
yeah,
gives
yeah, yeah.
Keanu Reeves, and he's like, this guy takes a hostage, he's making his way to the escape, airplane. What do you
Dude
do? And
from
Keanu
Dumb and
Reeves is like,
Dumber.
you shoot the hostage. And then the guy takes Harry, the Dumb and Dumber guy, as a hostage, and Keanu Reeves shoots him in the leg, and he's like, "You fucker!" Like, so I told Katie all about that, and I showed her that scene. She was like, "I want to watch this movie." Now, like, Katie won't watch anything. Like, she won't watch anything with a real person in it. Like, it's a stretch to get her to see anything with a real person. She's like the most timid, like worried about being scared kid in the world, and she has been on me for a month and a half that she wants to watch Speed. And I'm like, you know what? Like, there's really nothing wrong in Speed. Like, there's barely any violence. There's
Speed
no
rocks.
sex or anything. Like, it's literally only rated R because they like say fuck too many times.
Well, I mean, there
Like-
are some deaths in it.
Well, yeah, but they absolutely, like, today it would just be a PG-13 movie and it would have made like $100 million more than it made back then. Like,
Fucking
there's
love
no
that
reason
movie.
that it needed to be rated R. And so today, when she was sick of dealing with Will, I was like, hey, you want to go upstairs and watch Speed? And so we made it halfway through before Lisa had to leave for a doctor's appointment. She was all about it. She's like, this is great.
Oh, dun, 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 dun.
Yeah, Speed kicks
Yep.
ass, man. That's a fucking great
Yeah.
movie.
It's a good movie.
Speed 2? Trash.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Speed
not so
2
much.
is straight up awful. I won't show her that.
Speed 2, Speed on a boat.
But I don't know. Maybe rewatching it now, because Willem Dafoe is the villain, so maybe it's worth it to rewatch it for him.
Maybe.
But also, Keanu's not in it.
Yeah. I don't intend to rewatch. I did not watch Speed 2. When I watched Speed 2 months ago, I wasn't like, oh, I should watch Speed 2. I was like,
No.
nope, no thanks.
Like, I think we're good on Speed.
Yeah.
That's awesome. You should just line up a bunch of mid-90s big budget action movies for
Well,
her.
yeah, once I can get her through Speed, I want to use it as the jumping off point to be like, see, you can watch a movie with a real person in it. It's not a problem.
And it's fun, right?
We've been turning Zoe on to like comedies and shit like that. So we watched
Yeah.
Keanu last week. Fucking love Keanu. And a couple nights ago we watched Vacation Friends on Hulu with John Cena and Lil Ray Howery. It's fucking fun. It's a good time.
All right.
Never
Would
heard of it.
recommend. Oh, okay. So Vacation Friends it's Lil Rel Howery and his wife. he's gonna propose to her in this big fancy hotel, and they get to the hotel room, and he made all these plans or whatever, and they get in the room, and their room is flooded out because the presidential suite above them overflowed their hot tub and it destroyed the room. And so he's all upset, but he still says, fuck it, he's going to propose to her anyway in the lobby. And that's when John Cena and his girl walk up. Like, oh, this is fucking beautiful. You guys, I hate that this happened. You guys should stay with us. And they're, of course, the ones in the presidential suite. Oh. And so they, and so one of their very first interactions, they're like, oh, Ron makes really good margaritas. So he's making margaritas and he gets some drinks. And he goes, hey, why does this salt not taste very salty? And he says, oh, because it's cocaine. Oh, God. So they have this crazy week where, like, they, become friends, but they're just drunk and doing drugs and all, for like an entire fucking week, and it's whatever. And so they're ready to go back to their real life. And when their wedding comes up, well, in come their crazy ass vacation friends who figured out when they were getting married, and they want to be the best man and shit like that. And so it's, it becomes, how do we, one, keep them from telling any of our family what the hell happened in Mexico, and two, not have these fucking psychopaths ruin the wedding. It's very, very fun. It's stupid, but it's a lot of fun. I recommend it.
There just are not enough comedies these days. Yeah, John Cena's great. I take back most of the bad things I said about him.
No, he's very, very funny in this. It's worth watching for sure. Because, yeah, I mean, you're kind of right. Like, I don't remember the last time I saw, like, a great comedy.
Jackass was good. I mean,
yeah,
but that's like,
I wouldn't. I don't count that.
That's its own thing. Yeah.
Yeah, they really don't make just straight up comedies anymore, do they?
No, I mean, I'm sure you could think of one, but you'd have to think for a while. Fucking Vacation Friends is out there, and it's worth watching. It's a good time.
Yeah, it's kind of in the same vein as Jackass, but the Eric Andre Bad Trip movie and then the new Borat, but it's kind of same thing.
Yeah, it's not like a scripted comedy. It's very strange.
Yeah, Borat's a little closer, but still.
When there was a run there for a while, like when Judd Apatow hit, where they was making a shitload of those things. So, but I don't know. Time to change it. If it's not a fucking superhero, nobody gives a shit anymore. Or based on a book or something. It's got to be based on a book or based on an old movie or based on a show. Like,
look how jaded we've become.
People love adaptations of things.
They do. Like, they fucking do. I forget what it was. See, that's the problem. See, I forget what it was. But like the pitch of it was like, hey, this is some original shit you've never seen before. And I'm like, that sounds refreshing. And I forgot what it was. I don't remember. I remember being like, oh, this sounds really cool. And I fucking forgot.
Yeah, you're like, I don't have room in my brain to learn about new things.
I've heard people raving about that new Everything Everywhere All at Once movie.
Yeah, that sounds really good.
And I completely ignored it for the longest time because just based on the name, I thought it was going to be one of those two awkward white kid romance movies where their dads are mean to them. Like, I thought it was just Licorice Pizza 2 or fucking whatever. And then I see it's like a kung fu movie. I'm like, oh, okay.
All right.
Like a kung fu movie about the multiverse. Like, it looks fucking dope.
Yeah.
But it's in 7 theaters around the country.
Right.
Yeah.
So it'll be on VOD, and I can't wait to see it.
Oh, yeah, I want to try and watch The Northman this weekend.
It wasn't a comedy, but it was X is the one I'm thinking of. That was like, oh, this is an original fucking whatever. It was X. And I think X is on VOD now, and you should definitely watch it if you like spooky, scary things. Very good. Okay. Now we're just rambling. Let's fucking land this bird.
Yeah.
We're kind of waiting for Jose to pop on. Because he's like, hey, you guys doing the show? And
no, I wasn't waiting for that.
No, he was just checking. He wasn't going to come in.
He was like, how come nobody's responding to my messages? Are you still doing the show?
He tried to send me a voice memo in Messenger, but he just kept calling me. So, like, I'm not going to try and get him on this call somehow. Like, you figure it out.
Never going to be on Sirius Radio.
Yeah, like, you got the link. You figure it out how to get on this call, homie.
Oh, my God.
All right, let's bring him in, get him on the civvy, and here comes Jose.
All right, Jose, take your top off. Good radio.
Oh yeah.
Fucking stupid. All right. We'll be back next week at 10 p.m. Eastern, 9 p.m. Central at youtube.com/panelsonpages for Jason Nyes, Jose Guzman, who's here in spirit, I feel like right now. Kelly Harris, my good buddy Mahoney. I'm the Lord Reverend Lee Rodriguez. We'll see you guys next week. Night. Love you. Bye-bye.
You fucking Google ass bitch.
Fucking Google something.
Holy shit.
You fucking Google ass bitch.
I didn't want to say it.
What are you, some kind of bitch?
Whoa.
You fucking
Google ass bitch. Why you keep bugging us, YouTube?
you fucking Google ass bitch.
That's it. Show's over. We're done.
See you next Tuesday.